did ensue. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. After it was spent of the curse we were told, we must track the loot down until we return every last piece of gold. Give us some time to track the loot down. The curse will follow each of us to our death. We must track the loot down, so we pursue it with our every breath. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. As we were a-sailing down the astral sea, we must track the loot down. A pretty fine treasure we chanced it to see. Give us some time to track the loot down. The gold did shine brightly and we spent it all. We must track the loot down, but it was cursed we all earned, our luck did fall. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. Set sail on our magic ship, hoisted our flag. We must track the loot down. Plane after plane looking for all our swag. Give us some time to track the loot down. The curse brought misfortune to all of our crew. We must track the loot down. Magic both random and wild did ensue. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. After it was spent of the curse we were told, we must track the loot down until we return every last piece of gold. Give us some time to track the loot down. The curse will follow each of us to our death. We must track the loot down, so we pursue it with our every breath. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. As we were a-sailing down the astral sea, we must track the loot down. A pretty fine treasure we chanced it to see. Give us some time to track the loot down. The gold did shine brightly and we spent it all. We must track the loot down, but it was cursed we all earned, our luck did fall. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. Set sail on our magic ship, hoisted our flag. We must track the loot down. Plane after plane looking for all our swag. Give us some time to track the loot down. The curse brought misfortune to all of our crew. We must track the loot down. Magic both random and wild did ensue. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. After it was spent of the curse we were told, we must track the loot down until we return every last piece of gold. Give us some time to track the loot down. The curse will follow each of us to our death. We must track the loot down, so we pursue it with our every breath. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. As we were a-sailing down the astral sea, we must track the loot down. A pretty fine treasure we chanced it to see. Give us some time to track the loot down. The gold did shine brightly and we spent it all. We must track the loot down, but it was cursed we all earned, our luck did fall. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. Set sail on our magic ship, hoisted our flag. We must track the loot down. Plane after plane looking for all our swag. Give us some time to track the loot down. The curse brought misfortune to all of our crew. We must track the loot down. Magic both random and wild did ensue. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. After it was spent of the curse we were told, we must track the loot down until we return every last piece of gold. Give us some time to track the loot down. The curse will follow each of us to our death. We must track the loot down, so we pursue it with our every breath. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. As we were a-sailing down the astral sea, we must track the loot down. A pretty fine treasure we chanced it to see. Give us some time to track the loot down. The gold did shine brightly and we spent it all. We must track the loot down, but it was cursed we all earned, our luck did fall. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. Set sail on our magic ship, hoisted our flag. We must track the loot down. Plane after plane looking for all our swag. Give us some time to track the loot down. The curse brought misfortune to all of our crew. We must track the loot down. Magic both random and wild did ensue. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track the loot down. After it was spent of the curse we were told, we must track the loot down until we return every last piece of gold. Give us some time to track the loot down. The curse will follow each of us to our death. We must track the loot down, so we pursue it with our every breath. Give us some time to track the loot down. Track the loot down, we must track the loot down. We can't track the loot down. Blow us right back to the Rock of Brawl Town. Give us some time to track.
I just sounds done with it.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning back into Space Rock Cafe. It's been a minute, we've had life happen, but we're back, and we'll see how our ragtag crew of space adventurers does in this fight. We are not using the map tonight because it seems that the Roll20 site might be affected by the current storm because it's not loading. So this is going to be fully Theater of the Mind, which is fine. We are also making a couple of changes to how we are going to be handling this combat because we realized that it does not mesh with our particular playstyles as both me as a GM and our players as players. So we're going to be doing something slightly different tonight with the way that it's been going. So if you're tuning in, you're like, man, the combat feels different. It's gonna. We're also switching out a couple of players. So you will notice that we have down a Jordan Hoshi who is playing Hood, and we are currently down a Talia, played by Gabi. Talia will be coming back. Hood is going to be stepping away, so Hood will become one of our lovely NPCs in the future. Before we go through with our introductions of our players and who they are playing, just a reminder that we are sponsored here over on the Bard Rock Network by Many Worlds Tavern, Fanroll Dice, Minva RPG, and Dragon Master Games. You can use the code BardRockCafe to get 10% off at checkout. And if you are interested, the Wild Magic table that we are using tonight was made by Dave Panfio. It's for every class, not subclass. I'm sure that would be a lot of work. Every class. It has lots of really fun and neat stuff that definitely never causes problems ever for the players or me as a GM. So anyway, hey guys, let's go around in a circle and introduce ourselves, starting with our not captain. What's he now, an admiral?
Yes, Admiral Jake Swallow. And Admiral Jake Swallow would like you to know that every class is a subclass, if that is your preference.
Shut up.
Really good night, everybody.
Just hard record scratch. We don't.
Jake is the admiral of the pirate fleet that consists of this ship, a spelljammer ship, and a food truck. And he is a washout from Waterdeep Bard College who made a deal with a god to get a spelljammer ship.
Nice. Let's move on to our cook of the ship. And now acting captain?
No, you're
I don't think it's just acting.
Now.
I think it's fully the captain.
Yeah, no, I have the power as the admiral to make you the actual captain now. You are our captain cook.
Hi, I'm Ursa, and I'm playing Polly, the chef / cook / reluctant captain of the ship that Jake was bestowed upon by a god. That's a lot of pressure for this bird. This is a god's bestowed ship, I'm just saying. Currently emotionally distraught with all the stuff going on, and my poor Poppy friend going down a couple times last time we played.
It's been rough for Poppy.
It's been real rough for Poppy. But we're here, and hopefully we can get out of this slippery frying pan.
What a description. Okay, let's go to our monk of the ship.
How you doing? I'm Allison. I play Sarros. Kind of just little sad boy. Just no clue what's going on, just like stars. Trying to help as much as he could.
We're gonna just go ahead and change Sarros' tagline to the himbo of the ship. Got it. Starstruck himbo.
Yeah, probably.
And we are welcoming back our friend Coach. Feel free to share whatever you would like about the character you are playing, even if it's just that we'll find out.
Okay. I'm Coach Jero, the Unsummoned Skull. I previously played a Mouthy Swap, and now I'm going to be playing Rhett Sheraton. You'll learn a little bit more about him coming up, but suffice to say, he's Rhett Sheraton, and he is the janitor.
Oh, no, wait, he's a red shirt? Oh.
No, he's Rhett Sheridan.
Oh, he's Rhett Sheridan. I thought you said he's a red shirt, and I was like,
No, that was just the accent doing work.
Well, Yes, and there is a reason why his name sounds that way, and he used to be a red shirt.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, he's like the guy from Galaxy Quest that got a name after the revival.
Possibly. We'll learn more about him in a bit.
He was a red shirt, now he's a pink shirt because he washed it too many times, right?
So we zoom in.
Appropriate. Go ahead.
We're gonna zoom out from where we had zoomed in at the end of last session because, as I said, we're gonna be changing things around on combat a little bit. I had our wonderful players and all of our NPCs roll off screen with some initiatives because we're basically going to be handling this where everyone has their own initiative and the big ships have their own initiative and a couple of the NPCs are gonna have their own initiative. So we're gonna treat this a little bit differently. However, we zoom out. We see that several of the ships had been docked rather far away from where everyone was. The closest of them was the enemy living ship that had sort of perched itself on a comet that I believe was about 300 feet from everyone else. The next living ship, or not living ship, the next ship that was closest was a squid ship. Literally just looks like a big squid that was heading towards you guys, had fired off something that vaguely looked like a star, but we know that Sarros knew was not a star. That's kind of just floating out in space about 150 feet from everyone is. And the squid ship is about another 100 feet behind that, so they're about 250 feet away. But they're on a diagonal away from their living ship friend, but those two are the closest. You also are guys zoomed in, have been hit with a spell that has caused magical darkness and silence on the area of the flagship, which is a bombard, giant enemy ship, where from that ship we saw burst out the dragon form of the king from the previous world that you guys had left, that you also stole a lot of stuff from and gummified his castle via some interesting heat metal shenanigans. So he has exploded off of the ship and is currently in kaiju combat with a sea serpent that you guys have had on your ship the entire time in the form of a goldfish that Jake had set upon them. We see behind this bombard and all of the chaos happening up close where you guys are, two additional enemy ships that seem almost uninterested in the combat. They've sort of started making their way slowly around the astral sea as if they are potentially going to get closer to you. However, they are not directly involved in the combat at this moment. It's unclear what their current purpose is. Those two have not fired off anything yet at you guys. They sort of seem like they're just on alert, whereas the living ship that has been on alert has also been involved in the combat. So we start off on our initiative. We're just going to start everything kind of at the top here. Initiative 20. Ahead of initiative 20, we do have a couple people who managed to roll better. That is going to be Jake starting our combat off. What does Jake do as we see everyone is sort of, we've got Poppy in a bad situation on the ship. We've got this blasted hole in the enemy ship that you guys have sort of docked upon, where there's a pending potential explosion as you start to see the crackle and movement of fire from part of the explosion caused with the gunpowder. You see a lot of different moving pieces as people who are on this ship that were part of the king's army and other parts of that have started running around, moving into their own battle positions. It seems like a couple people may be getting ready to move down upon you guys as you guys had sort of walked into like this, essentially a throne room, not really a throne room, when you guys had demanded the previous, hey, we're here and would like to try to parlay with you, but obviously the king didn't take that. You don't currently have eyes on the prince. He seems to be gone. Unclear at what point he disappeared, but he's not currently in the room. What do you do?
I mean, technically, if memory serves, we were inside a field of darkness, so we have eyes on diddly shit.
That's also true. Yeah, there's currently a big old field of darkness and silence.
And we are under the flagship, vaguely.
Yeah.
Now, Miss Poppy, I should say. If I recall, a wild magic surge had her glowing as she's starting to disintegrate, so I think we can see her and like something within range of her in the magical darkness.
Correct.
So Jake tries yelling, "Miss Poppy, I'm coming!" and it just comes out as mouth noises and like mouth movement. And it's like right, silence. Okay. So he runs over to Poppy. He bends down and he goes to say a prayer. Goes, "Fuck, I can't talk out loud." And he's like, "Wait a minute, I can just think a prayer. Right, I can do that. I have an internal monologue." and he prays to Glitter Gold really hard. Please let this work. Please let this work. And he does lay on hands. He's going to use his maximum lay on hands of 30 points to pop Poppy back up.
Okay.
Woo.
What? Are you just saying, please let this work to Garl Glitter Gold?
Yeah, like he's just praying to Garlic. Like I think what it really is like, oh shit, I'm about to lose somebody. This sucks. Please help. Please help. Please help. And then he's also like basically doing like a defibrillator with his paladin hands to pop it back to 30 HP.
Okay. Just real quick, roll me a luck check. Straight 20.
That is a 16.
Wonderful. You're thinking this. You are reaching out to this god, this person that has sent you on this quest, and from the movement of your hands, as this magical energy sort of is flowing into Poppy, this healing, this prayer, an explosion is the best way to describe, as it sort of like, it starts small. And it's like that scene in every single movie when you see like someone finally like connects with nature and they've healed the problem, the dying forest is sort of like awoken, and spreading from your fingertips as you press down on that final moment where you see Poppy sort of like goes from this moment of disintegration where it's like that in-between space of sea where you're not sure what's going to happen, and she sort of jumps up. Oh my goodness, this really sucks. What's happening? Except it doesn't obviously come out of words, except the very end where she says, what's happening, as this little bubble of glittering magic, literally glittering, like it's sparkly, it's shiny, has sort of like radiated out from you guys. And it seems like there's a pushback here where the magic is sort of fighting back against the effect. There's like the edges of magical darkness, so it's kind of like a shadow has been encroaching on your magic and on your god's magic. But you feel that connection of, I'm not gonna let this happen if I can help. So you feel like you have a chance. So now you guys can talk. So you hear the very end of what's happening as Poppy comes back.
We are in an above average amount of danger for us. I might even say about 2 standard deviations above average amount of danger for us. I have an idea. Do we get the impression that the other ships can see us through the magical darkness, or is it just like...
Ooh, roll me insight.
That's a thing I'm totally good at.
Yeah.
18 on the die. I am a bard, so that gives me a fighting chance. +4, 22.
Okay. Yes. The answer kind of pops in your head, as though that the god is connecting with you. Yes as the answer, but it's not because they can see you. It's yes, you're safe.
Hey, everybody, what do you think about if that explosion doesn't destroy their ship? What if we use the cover of the magical darkness overlapping with us and their ship to dock and let them not know where we went? Just disappear in the confusion. Talking is a free action, guys.
Where are we docking?
Like, we're underneath the flagship, and there's a magical darkness that it seems to be touching or almost touching their ship that we're in. We can see, they can't see us. I think we can dock on their ship without anyone else in their fleet knowing, disappear in the chaos, and then we just focus on taking their flagship without them knowing.
But it's on fire.
That's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, we wait and see how the explosion went. But also, I'd rather be on a giant, like, burning ship than being bombarded by 5 ships at once.
You guys...
Like, remember that time I rammed Alexa into another ship? What if we did that with their flagship and not Alexa?
We don't talk about that.
No. We'll do it with their flagship and not Alexa. We'll take their burning ship, ram it into another ship, and then dismount as we finish doing that.
You guys feel like literally the click when you hear like the old school comms, like in an old school when someone comes on the speakerphone. You guys feel that in your minds, as though Alexa has realized, I've been able to do this the whole time and I just haven't been doing this.
Oh, right. I forgot she has a psychic link with us. That's
what the deuce?
And so you guys feel that as Alexa comes online and it's like, I support Jake in this decision.
Jake pulls out a date book, writes something in it, and put the date book back in his count.
The first good and only thing. And then she also goes, also, I detect a more prevalent energy on our ship. Maybe worth investigating at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, actually,
Oh,
I better get on the loudspeaker. All right, all hands. I don't care if you're combat staff, maintenance staff. I don't care if you're the mushroom in the wall. All hands on deck.
Ollie's just gonna turn to Jake and be like, claws?
What?
Claws? I don't have hands.
No, hand is the name of a position on a ship. It means crewman, which is it's slightly less gendered than crewman, actually. And slightly shorter to say than crew person.
You guys see all the little tiny Myconid that have been running around, look down at their root hands, and then just kind of do like a thumbs up with their roots, and then continue going,
That's cute.
and going back into position to go man the guns or do whatever they're assigned to do.
That is adorable.
All right, so Alexa, if you can just try and dock us into like wherever they're like, because I remember when I stole a ship from them, there's like a little dock, like the other smaller ships that they're holding come in and out. I think we can dock inside of their ship.
You've got it.
Assuming their ship doesn't explode into smithereens before we get there.
Ideally, not. Wonderful. Jake, is that your turn? You do anything else?
Now, I feel like you generously gave me praying your Gargle Glitter Gold as my bonus action, and my action was laying hands on Poppy. I'm good.
All right, cool. We move on to initiative 20. The moment that you guys feel Alexa sort of shift the ship, you successfully dock in this section that you've asked to dock in. You also can literally hear and feel the chaos of the kaiju fight happening. As we have Pinkish is going to be your sea serpent, and this is going to be for the enemy. As you guys see the sea serpent literally take the biggest mouthful of dragon scales off of this guy. Just, you guys feel like right now the sea serpent has the upper hand in this fight because the dragon guy was just not expecting a sea serpent. Even if the sea serpent isn't technically meant to be matched against a dragon, you know, right now it's working. So
I don't remember that sea serpent's name, but I feel like it's the Spanish Inquisition.
So that's happening. You guys feel the energy of the forces as they're sort of literally connecting with each other, and it almost would push you back, except obviously Alexa's able to sort of control for that, and the other ship is so big that it's not affected by the shock waves of force as they come against each other. So that's happening. We do move on. There are a few enemy ships that come in ahead of you. So one of the flagship enemies that is coming across, or the flagship enemy ship goes. As I said, you guys sort of see everyone sort of moving in position. They're aware in some areas that this darkness has happened. They don't know what's happening. They also don't really want to go into the darkness. So you're just sort of hearing the clamoring and commotion as people are starting to move into position. Does anyone have the ability to see invisibility? Just innately.
Not me.
Okay. I need everyone to roll me a perception check. It's a rather high DC.
Let me check something. Is the thing that's invisible possibly within 10 feet of me?
No.
Okay, I was going to say I have blind sight, I'm pretty sure. Alright, perception check. I have a 19 on a 13 on the die for a... Yeah, 13 plus 6.
Okay.
Sarros has a 28 with a natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Roll those 100s.
Yeah, you give me those D100s.
Where did I put them? Jesus Christ!
Oh no, run away. In the meantime, how did Polly do? And Rhett, I need you to roll this for me as well.
Okay, I did.
Okay, what is it?
22.
Okay.
So 15 plus 7.
Okay. What are the D100 rolls?
They are 18 and 94.
18 and 94, and we are just on the monk table, right?
Yep.
Okay. Monk. There we go. Ooh. Okay.
Oh god.
I mean, this is a natural 20. You're going to probably get the better of the two things. And 94, I'm guessing, is a good thing.
What?
You love to hear that.
No, I just read something. I was just like, what does it even mean? What does it do? That doesn't do anything helpful here. Interesting. Okay. Sarros is the only one that catches this as this happens. Even Alexa doesn't realize what's happening. Sarros, where are you currently positioned on the ship? I think you are on the ship somewhere.
I was, I think, mid-ship by one of the guns.
Okay.
'Cause the last thing I did was like do the hand thing through the hole that we blasted in the side of the ship.
Oh, right, the Mr. Fantastic firework fingers.
Yeah.
So you see the edges of. Do you think Sarros recognizes like invisible magic? Or would just kind of like recognize something's off?
I think it would be more that something's off in that he's gonna treat it like whatever magic the god did when he cracked his mind. He just knows that invisible sparkles is not good.
Right. So something abnormal. So Sarros, you do realize even though all of this weird stuff has sort of happened and there's a bunch of magic shit happening, the faintest ripple within the other magic is kind of humanoid shaped. And you can kind of see just the very faint edges of something moving onto the ship. And again, Alexa doesn't even register that there is another body on the ship right now, which is something she's normally able to track. So she doesn't even recognize that this is happening. But you sort of just catch like something mid-air leaping into the ship area. It's not near you. It's like seems like it's kind of coming down from the bombard, the enemy flagship. And that's what you catch. And the roll is that you also do immediately cast Burning Hands at 3rd level.
And more gunpowder. Because I will remind the audience, Sarros does approximately have 30-foot long arms right now.
Correct.
I ended those because I didn't want to burn the ship.
Oh, okay. I thought
So
you still had
I stuck them out with the flame fingers through the hole and then dropped them so that when I brought them back, I didn't burn Alexa.
Okay.
In my mind, you can just choose how long they'll be from your regular arm length to their maximum length at a given point. I didn't think you had to just turn them off.
Yeah, but like with the other magic
Okay.
wild magic thing.
Oh no, I get it. I'm just like trying to make sure I understand what's going on.
Yeah, so you do cast Burning Hands at 3rd level. So what direction are you casting this? And let me know. This is an immediate effect that takes place.
Can I cast it in the direction of that ripple?
Sure. I will say it. You may not know this since it's a sorcerer wizard spell, so this isn't something that's innate to you. It's a 15-foot cone, so just keep that in mind. But yes, you can.
Alexa and the ship are in both my and Rhett's paladin auras, even if we don't know Rhett is there.
No, I know. I am aware. I just wanted to give you.
I'm just saying. I'm just reminding you if the ship has to make a save, it does have a +8 to the save for Burning Hands.
Yeah. So.
I think still not understanding wild magic, Sarros would look to the thing and just be like, and just shoot it out right there.
Your fireworks got bigger.
Yeah. Like,
Ooh,
he's
sparkly.
really not sure.
No, it's like
really
literally.
not sure why he's so warm right now.
You guys know the fireworks that they're the mortars that sort of explode in a circle, and they look like a star at the very edge. It's like that happens from Sarros' hand. Okay, cool. So they have to make a dex save, and so does Alexa / the ship. So we'll start there. Cool. Yeah, Alexa passes. They're fine. This guy? Guy, gender neutral, TM. Okay. You fully see a humanoid shape, but for one reason or another, nothing happens. You just kind of see the outline more specific. And I believe 2 people may have gotten above a 20 on that roll, right? It was Sarros and one other person.
It was Rhett.
Rhett, you see the shape of a humanoid, but it's also still invisible. So as soon as the fire hits it, you see the shape of a humanoid, and then immediately invisible again. You don't see the ripple as they disappear again after they take damage, but it doesn't seem like they seem too hurt by this burning hands. Even after you, like, I know you still need to roll the damage technically for it, but it doesn't seem like it really affects them. So I won't make you take the time to roll for that, since, yeah. Okay. That is magic, wild magic. Rhett, you do catch that, and it's your turn.
Okay. So where did I see that?
Sort of on the ship, about 15-ish feet from where Sarros is.
Is that so? Is it on like a wooden area?
Yes. Yeah, because the ship is all just kind of wood.
Yep, the ship completely crushed the save and is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm currently doing is actually mopping the floor telekinetically. And so what people who would see that's around there is there's a mop that looks like it's floating, or looks like it's using itself on the floor, and I try to mop the area where I just saw the thing.
Like where you saw the humanoid, or where you saw the
Yeah.
magic?
I feel like, are you
Humanoid.
trying to like trip him with the mop?
Is there an actual effect here,
Yeah,
or
so-
are you just telekinetically controlling a mop?
So there is an
I'm
option in the
using
Dungeon Master's
Mage Hand.
Guide. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using Mage Hand to control the mop, and I'm
Okay.
using the mop to try to wet the floor around where the thing was.
Okay. Roll.
So there is an
Well, still-
option in the Dungeon Master's Guide that says you can forego an attack to do a shove to try and knock and target prone, which I think is probably the closest rule here.
I mean, effectively, what I'm shoving, I guess, is the mop, but
Right.
Mm,
I'm just going with like what you probably already have, like
Mhm.
because there's and the alternative is like the grease spell, which is like a spell. I'm going like there's any martial can do a.
I was more just gonna have you roll an attack roll with your whatever normal bonus you would have if you were used to using mops. Also, you have proficiency with cleaning tools.
Proficiency with mops. Yeah.
By the way, I would point out our pirate crew is currently a janitor, a washed up theater performer, and a cook. And I'm
and
pretty sure Sarros is a beach bum.
so yeah, just roll me an attack roll with your proficiency like you would for any other weapon. see what happens.
Okay.
Damn it. Yes.
Toxic Avengers, the pirate D&D campaign.
Trying to remember what proficiency is right now. I'm sorry.
Our proficiency bonus at this level should be +4.
+4.
Mhm.
Good. Okay. As in 18 + 4.
Okay.
So 22.
Yeah. So they are still affected by the silence, but and they're still invisible technically, but you do feel I guess telepathically, is that the word that I want? One of those phrases. You feel that the mop made connection, and you kind of feel something tumble over the mop, and then kind of try to scurry away. But you still can't see it. It's still invisible.
Okay, and that's effectively what I'm doing. Because I'm in cover right now. Like trying to be in full cover. Like I don't want people to even know that where I am right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Not helpful.
We'll get there.
Just yet.
I'm mechanically full coverage just being behind an object larger than you. We have
And it gives you
barrels
additional
and
AC bonus, which is
Yeah.
potentially useful.
Well, it useful for him, just not for me.
All right, so if that's your turn, you guys.
Did anybody else see the thing hit or hear the thing hit?
Ooh, Sarros probably would have caught the edges of the tumble as Sarros sort of caught the ripple of the magic of everything happening around. But just Sarros.
Okay.
Miss Polly, I have a question for you.
Mm.
What
What?
Why is our janitor mopping an area that Mr. Sarros set on fire?
You have a janitor?
Yes, he's on the pension plan. I gave this to you in the crew roster.
There's a crew roster?
You told me yesterday I was the captain of this ship. What are you talking about?
Actually, I told you an hour ago, and I gave you the crew roster, and I reach up and hold something crudely written in crayon.
I'm surprised it's not written in like ketchup.
No,
I guess
Polly
I
would
wouldn't
kill
let
me.
him use spells,
He
right?
tried. I turned to Sarros and I was like, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't he write it in ketchup? Because I wouldn't let him waste the ketchup.
Okay.
I don't know why he's cleaning it. I didn't even know we had a janitor. So, news to me.
And then you guys see one of the ships that initially was further away from you, essentially on the left side, that was going to be circling around, kind of stops and seems like it's waiting. Nothing happens from it. The other small ship is sort of approaching as though it's coming behind the enemy living ship, and you can vaguely, if you are looking out that way, so you can tell me if your characters would be interested in this at all, but for audience purposes, you see some people essentially making giant jumps onto this living ship from the smaller ship over there. It's like a little lamprey ship, so if it matters, but it doesn't. So you see people kind of like jumping off this one ship onto this other ship. It seems about 10 people or so.
I'm sure that's nothing.
No, definitely not. And that is going to be Alexa's turn. Paul, what would you like to have Alexa do as her own turn?
Paul or Polly?
Paul.
Okay, me.
Paul, you
okay.
the person.
Alexa, try and fortify the ship so that nobody gets on it while the rest of us take the ship. We're gonna go take the flagship. We need you and the mushroom people and Miss Talia and Hood and Spirit and Arnil. Everybody who's not on the stream but is technically on the ship is gonna stay and defend the ship while the rest of us go and commandeer this flagship.
Okay. So just do what I normally do.
Yes, but with people aggressively trying to board you, probably. Unless, if I cast invisibility on the ship, will it become invisible? It's a complicated thing because you are a creature.
We can try.
I will try that in approximately 20 seconds. 24 seconds, really.
Wonderful. But yeah, do you want her to have any spells or anything on her turn? Or just...
I'm guessing she doesn't have anything to help us identify, locate, or see the invisible ass guy. Because all I know is I saw fire and a mop.
She technically has the spell locate creature, but I think that you would need to know what you're looking for that to work.
Just stand next to me.
She herself can cast Pass Without Trace, but she had already cast that on the ship, so it's already under effect of the ship, if I remember correct. So she does have that as concentration.
I just see Mr. Sarros waving in our general direction. Maybe you should go. Maybe you should turn to communicate with Mr. Sarros. He seems like he has something important to say.
Sarros, you feel the calm come online for you specifically, since it's been kind of like a back and forth between Alexa and Jake, and it's just like, "Hello, Sarros. Can I help?
No, but I can.
Explain.
I have stars.
I will be there.
I-
I do not
I-
understand.
Okay, all right. So what I would like to do then, mechanically, is have Alexa hold her turn and act on Sarros' turn, following Sarros' lead.
That works. We could do that. You have thoroughly confused Alexa, but she will come over and hold her turn otherwise and wait to go on your turn. So that can work. Sweet, wonderful. That is the enemy living ship's turn. The ship that you saw the 10 people or so jump onto. It has previously, up until now, been perched, just chilling, hanging out, casting, I think, at least one spell on the general commotion happening. It is also very close to where the kaiju fight is happening, and it does not seem to appreciate that. So the people have essentially boarded the ship. You guys see the living ship sort of like spreads out its wings, for lack of a better term, and is going to start to leave this comet that it's perched on and head towards the flagship. You all kind of feel a bristle in the comms from Alexa as she realizes, as it's getting closer, that something's wrong. And so you gotta get that emotion from her, which is weird. You guys aren't used to that. That's new. She doesn't normally share her emotions with the crew, but that one you get. So something's really bugging her about this living ship as it's starting to get closer. It's on the other side of the flagship. It's not directly near you guys. It can't see you guys, aside from the fact that it knows that it saw you guys go back this way. But it's not heading directly in that direction. It's just trying to get away from the kaiju fight right now. It does not currently cast any spells in this direction. It kind of feels like whatever it did may have kind of took it down for a round, aside from the ability to move. So it does that. That is Polly Poppy.
Sounds like the discount version of Polly Pocket.
You're not wrong.
Oh, jeez. It doesn't help that Poppy has like a spell book and like it lists the spells, but not like anything like the range or anything like that. So I'm sitting there like having to look up what's the range on Magnify Gravity. Let's So Polly is going to first go up to Poppy and she's gonna put like both of her this is flavor, okay? Yep. She's putting both her hands on either side of Poppy, and she's gonna kind of like shake her a little bit, like, "Don't ever die again, please.
Okay.
This is too much for me to handle.
I make no promises, but I can try."
Also, Polly, I think you mean claws.
Fucking try. Claws. Claws. Did I say paws?
No, you said
What did I
hands,
say?
but earlier you said you didn't have hands.
Paws. I don't know. That's great.
Whatever grasping appendages you have at the end of your wings.
These things, right? Which I'm pretty sure that I had done my starry form. I don't remember which one I took though.
You can just pick whichever one. We'll say that's it. Well, whatever you want it to be is what it is.
Okay.
It's been enough time. I don't really care.
Okay. So all right. We'll say that I had done the chalice one. That's the one that gives. Actually, it doesn't matter, I guess, because everyone's getting full fucking healing right now anyway. I'll say to the archer one that lets me do that light blast.
Well, it gives you a bonus healing effect when you use a slotted spell. So even if we get full healing, if anyone needs to be topped off, you can top them off a little more.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay. I did chalice then. And Poppy was healed 30 damage, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much the Poppy has left. I don't have her in front of me.
Not enough to be concerned about it. All right. So Jake.
Yes?
We're going to be going onto the flagship. Is that what you said?
Yes, we should. My goal is to commandeer their bridge and ram their flagship into the next scariest ship, and then get the fuck off of this ship, possibly taking the prince prisoner.
How, pray tell, would you like us to do that when there's currently a kaiju fight on that bridge?
No, it's happening out in space now. Like it's happening like in an area of space that's being approached by the. Is that correct, DM?
Yeah. So you guys
There's not
are.
the ships don't have room for 2 kaijus to fight on the bridge.
This is your ship. This is flagship. You guys are kind of docked like directly like underneath and off to the side behind it. Kaiju fight is happening over here in astral sea space. Kind of like off near, I don't know if you remember how the map was originally situated, how there was like that comet directly in front of you guys where the living ship had perched, and then there was another squid ship kind of off to the right that was sort of coming in. You guys wanted to cast the spell that seemed like a star, so they're kind of in between the triangulation of the flagship, the squid ship, and the living ship, and that's why the living ship, it was a little too close to them, so they're like nope, and they're trying to come like towards the front side but closer on where you guys are, but they're just kind of like out in the astral sea right now, just like nope, and they're moving, so they're just kind of like out in that triangulation area, somewhat near where that star is, but not close enough to it to really cause any problems just yet.
I think I'd specifically like to, if we can get control of the bridge, ram this flagship into the living ship that has all the crew of those other ships on it right now. It'd be like a oh damn it, I was going to use an expression involving birds and stones, and I can't do that because my captain is a bird. Forget I said anything. It would be very efficient.
Polly can't squint, but like she's squinting at you, like very clearly. All right. I guess we should head to their bridge then.
Here.
So how far away is the bridge?
Question. This is the flagship I was on before, where I went from the bridge to this exact loading dock. Yes.
Yeah.
I've been no problem. Just follow me in approximately 18 seconds.
And not until then.
Okay, can I go ahead and then just hold my action, waiting to follow? Because I think that's all I can.
I can point in a direction, I guess, but like, yeah, it's vaguely that way. I'm faster than you, actually. So yeah, go in that direction. I'll pass you and lead the Rhett.
All right, so I'm gonna go start walking / run. I guess I could dash that way. I could dash that way, so I'm gonna move 60 feet in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah. So Alexa, you will have command of the ship, and if you need any assistance, Lieutenant Colonel Sanders, the chicken that we gave a commendation, is going to be your second in command.
My second in command is the chicken.
Don't diss the chicken.
I'm not, just clarifying.
The chicken is the most qualified of the characters that are going to be remaining on the ship that aren't piloted by other people who aren't here.
Alexa looks between the chicken and it's just like and Sarros, and then Rhett, and then back to the chicken and shrugs.
I assume Sarros and Rhett were part of the boarding party of them being fake party members controlled by people.
They just haven't made any attempts to leave the ship yet, and that's why I was just like, okay.
Rhett is still hiding.
Yeah.
And Sarros is very distracted by shiny magic ripple.
No, it's fine because
Did Alexa nod at me while I'm hiding?
I mean, technically Alexa knows where everybody in the ship but that one invisible person is, so.
Alexa knows about the crew, specifically, so she is aware of crew members. But yes, and usually she's able to keep up with new people on the ship. However, this one, for some reason, she cannot.
Technically, I'm not a new person on the ship. I literally came with the ship.
Yeah, no,
right, exactly. That's why she knows that she knows that you don't want other people to know that because you've been kind of like in hiding. But she just kind of like looks in the direction that you would be, like not like pointing you out, but just kind of like looks like as if she's sweeping, catches with the location that you would be, and just keeps moving.
I just wanted to make a joke that the chicken is an officer.
But is he a gentleman?
Okay, so Polly is holding her turn for now. Do you have Poppy do anything?
Poppy's gonna be coming with me, so she's gonna be going too.
Holding two. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Sarros, it's your turn.
All right, who's still within 10 feet of me?
Sarros' action was on the. I got it now. I was like, didn't Sarros take a turn with burning?
No,
It's like
that was a magic
wild
item.
No.
I
Yeah.
remember now.
Yeah, wild magic does that. It's kind of messy.
But, yeah.
Okay, within 10 feet. I think it's just Alexa.
Alright. Is there any way I can move to get as many people within 10 feet of me as possible?
For
Holly
healing,
already gone. Not healing.
I will say that they're in the process of leaving, but yes, if you would like to try to get, Alexa will kind of follow you, for right now, because that's what she's been instructed to do. So Alexa will stay within 10 feet of you. You can move so that you're closer to Jake and Poppy as they are about to depart from the ship, but they are still currently on the ship as of right this second. So if you want to temporarily move closer to them, then you can get all of those guys within 10 feet of you.
Alright, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Sarros is gonna reach into his pocket and take out a little pouch that kind of glows. Is gonna take a little pinch and just salt bite some stardust over all of them. And they now have true seeing for an hour.
Ooh.
Who the fuck's that?
You can see invisible things and through magical darkness.
No, not what the fuck is that? That was my response. Is I now see an invisible humanoid creature. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Oh.
It lasts, and you can see into the. You can also see into the ethereal plane.
How many ghosts are on our ship?
220 feet. Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
I have the very important question: how many ghosts are currently on this ship?
Oh no!
That is an interesting question that I was hoping wouldn't come up this can.
Oh no!
I forgot that that's part of this thing I gave you. The nice number of ghosts.
Oh!
Wait, there are how many ghosts? As in,
there are 69 ghosts on the ship.
Nice.
I don't know that you see all of them right this second, but that is the number. Oh my god. Yeah, we could explain that a little bit later, but there's a canonical story reason for that.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Polly sees this. I said I would hold my action. Can I use my action to cast Turn Undead as soon as I see all these ghosts?
Now I will say they are not aggressive. They're just kind of chilling. You actually so let me clarify.
I have an alternative suggestion for you, Polly. Can you cast Speak with Dead and ask them to help us?
I don't think I can, believe it or not.
These ghosts are doing ship activities, is what I will say. It seems like they're sort of stuck in a process. They do not seem harmful.
Okay, so Polly, in reaction to this, is gonna kind of like immediately go to like get them the hell out of her face, and then she's gonna stop. She's gonna stop for a second. She's gonna turn, and there's probably gonna be like one of them like wiping down one of her tables in the kitchen, and she's just like, "Okay, I'm gonna go now and leave this to this."
You sort of see Alexa like tilts her head slightly to the side, narrows her eyes just a little bit as though like she's thinking about something. And then she kind of looks back at everyone as though she hasn't just had a revelation about something. She's like, it's not the time. But she seems unbothered by the ghosts. She does kind of have like a look of recognition on her face. She's like, not gonna keep this a secret, but it's not the time or place. So you guys see a bunch of ghosts. You do, more importantly, see the prince on the ship, who's the person that's invisible.
Oh, cool. That substantially shortens my to-do list. Actually.
The ethereal freaking blade. Okay. Let me look at this again to make sure I'm not missing anything else that you guys get access to. See things as they actually are for the duration, which is an hour. The creature has true sight, notices secret doors hidden by magic, and can see into the ethereal plane all at to a range of 120 feet.
Just throwing this out there, I have used my divine sense on this ship, which should have told me there were 69 ghosts. Have I known this whole time and not realized it because I was too fucking drunk?
Probably.
Yes, and also they haven't been causing any issues, so they are.
I feel like I would have noticed, like, oh, hey, there's 70 humanoids on this ship. I just wasn't aware of.
Another thing too to keep in mind. You did a call to arms where you said every person come do stuff and like group up to basically be a part of this fight. The ghosts kind of assume that should be them too, so they're normally just kind of all within the ship walls, like the bugs and the myconids and everything else are. So they just kind of exist. They aren't normally all grouped up, all 69 of them, all at once. But
when I said I had a crew that might be up to 5,000, I thought it was bullshitting. Hey, thanks for doing me a solid, girl.
Maybe less of a solid than you think. What? So. So anyway, yeah, that who's doing what now? You did that.
Do we know? Sorry, do we know that? So we can see him. Do we know sort of whether he's in the ethereal plane, or if he's here, or what the deal is? Or do we just see him?
I'm pretty sure he was just invisible.
Yeah, I think you could just know that now he's on the ship. I don't think you know the circumstances by which he was invisible and or in a different dimension moving through space-time. But yeah, he's here.
Okay, am I standing within 90 feet?
Yeah.
It'd be weird if you weren't.
Can I cast Entangle?
Sure. What do I have to roll?
I mean, Alexa is the ship. I feel like Alexa could just do that with her turn too.
Oh, she could do that, but she's holding to follow Sarros.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's Sarros' turn, so yeah, she could.
Oh.
Yeah, if you'd like to have Alexa use her action economy as opposed to yours.
Because I was gonna say she does also have Entangle.
Yeah, that's fine. That makes more sense. Go ahead.
Okay. Cool.
And Sarros already completed what he needed her to follow with, so.
Sure.
Yes, free.
Do you want to do anything else on your turn, or just the magic stardust?
I would think just the magic stardust. I don't think he has any other plans other than we can't see. Now you can see.
I can see too much.
And to be clear, like the entire crew is basically affected by the Garl glitter gold thing, so you're not in the magical darkness, so you can see outside, even though the magical darkness is obscuring you guys. But you guys can see out of it. Like what are they? The one-way mirrors?
Yeah.
Two-way mirrors.
Yeah, those things. You guys knew what I meant, though.
Yeah, the mirror that you can see out of from one side, not the other, for some reason, is called a two-way mirror. I feel like this is...
The cop mirror, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also still, too, is that Sarros could see the invisible thing, but nobody else could that he knows of. And he's like, I've been called crazy for seeing things before. Never again!
Sarros, I'm so sorry.
See, now Sarros is just like the rest of us. We all know that Sarros is as perfectly sane as the rest of us.
Yeah.
He's gonna take that as a compliment? He's not entirely sure.
Well, I was just making the joke that nobody on this crew thinks Jake is a sane person either. Jake looks like he's a lunatic that happens to have good luck sometimes. Anyway.
I'm just pulling up something real quick.
Miss Polly, would you like to interrogate the prince, or should I?
I thought we were going on to the... I'm so confused.
Well, we were going to capture... We have a stowaway now. We should probably address that.
A stowaway that was partially in motion. Oh, interesting. Okay. What? Do. He's on the ship now. He's on the ship. Fuck. Okay. Hold on. Pause. While you guys are having this conversation, you guys also feel wild magic's about to fucking happen.
Oh dear.
I sense a disturbance in the force.
I didn't have any D100s out because I don't normally need to bother with.
If you want, one of us can roll them for you.
I got it. 66 and 83. Continue with your conversation about the prince interrogation while I'm looking this up to see what's about to happen.
Miss Polly, you want to be the good cop or the bad cop? Both cops?
I thought all cops were bad.
No, all cops are bastards. That doesn't mean that they're all good or bad inherently.
All right.
That's what the B stands for, is bastards.
I'm gonna. I don't know. I will do whatever I'm told at this point, Jake. I'm really confused. I want to go back to my kitchen and just start cooking. Like, that's where I'm at right now.
All right. Okay, go acquire a... No, that would be a torture joke. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so this is funny. So, and mechanically doesn't hurt anything going on in the fight. One of the swords on the prince's, like on his back, turns into a plow. Like a plowshare, like one of the handheld ones.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it. Like he could still probably use it, but it just turns into that.
Does he like equal to his power?
I got it.
Okay, so Alexa casts Entangle. He kind of just like stomps around the roots. He's like, oh fuck. Okay, yep, all right, that's happening. Fucking weird shit, magic bullshit. He doesn't clock, I think, yet that you guys have seen him. I think he just assumes this is part of like the ship because it's a living ship. So he does not yet know that you guys know that he's there.
Even though we're having a conversation 5 feet from him about who's going to interrogate
I think he's
him.
okay. So you know, this is a very neurospicy, I think, thing that may not be a consistent thing that everyone experiences. But I know for me, if I'm doing something, my ears don't work. If I'm really into a task, so I can't hear when people are talking, even if they're talking about me around like directly in front of me. So I think that's what's happening here with him. He's so engrossed with his current task and with like not getting caught up in the entanglement that he doesn't even register that you guys have clocked him.
Yeah, it's like the auditory version of tunnel vision.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah. So that happens. That's her action. Would you guys like her to do anything else? She does have other stuff she can try, but otherwise she'll just kind of continue to follow. And if that's your turn, Sarros, and you didn't want to do anything else, it will go over to one of the enemy ships before going back up to Jake.
Ooh, I wasn't last.
No, you weren't. One of the enemy ships rolled worse than you. They got a 5.
Jesus.
So yeah, the squid ship that seems relevant, I think, is the one that hasn't gone yet. They have also become a little too close to this kaiju fight for them to feel comfortable, but they also don't have a good way to get away from it. So you actually see that they're gonna turn and target the sea serpent because they know that the king is obviously a dragon. So they're trying to target him. And so you kind of hear before you see the boom from one of their things go off, and he does get hit with this, the sea serpent does, but it doesn't seem like it takes too big of a chunk of damage from him. So he takes it like a champ. And it just kind of pisses him off some more, which is probably good for you guys. So there's a giant roar into the astral sea. And honestly, I'm just going to say I'm going to have the other enemy ships roll fear because it's kind of loud and scary. So one of them that was already sort of like fucking off behind you guys is going to just go and leave the fight because they're just like, no, I'm good. Sea serpents aren't my thing. So one of the ships will eventually leave because I don't want to keep track of it anymore either. That's Jake's turn.
All right, so I think Jake goes up to the guy and looks him right in the eye. Is like, hello, welcome to my ship. What can I do you for, Admiral Jake Swallow?
So in true, I was busy doing something else fashion and just realized someone's talking to me. he kind of like looks up. He's a little taller. He's a lot taller than you, so he's kind of looking down.
I have a size category, so a small bunny. So
Yeah, he's a lot taller. He's a pretty tall dude. So he this tiny bunny and this really tall dude are face to face, and he's just like, "Oh fuck."
Miss Polly, can you do me a favor? Consume 5 feet of your movement so I can stand on your shoulders. This guy's really tall. Poppy can do it.
Sure. Sure. Jake is now on Polly's shoulders.
And even though the size category solves screech, I am wearing heavy armor, so it's really awkward.
Her legs are like buck. She has a strength score of 11. So like, it's like her knees are kind of like. Actually, you know what? Poppy should do this. Poppy,
you guys are holding me up together.
Oh, yep, I can. Is it okay? You want me to lift you up? I can put you on my shoulders or whatever. That's fine, I guess. Here you go. Yep.
Oh, okay, now look at the guy in the eye. Welcome to our ship. Why are you here?
Oh, fuck. Oh, you can see me. Shit. Damn it. Yeah, I was just supposed to kind of like get on the ship and cause some shit to happen. That's what my dad wanted me to do. And also, I was kind of following, it kind of like points towards where Talia is currently manning the gun, busy with the gun, kind of points towards her. Also, I was kind of following her because I have to talk to her. I'm just doing what my dad told me to do.
Why? I get the impression your dad and you aren't on the same page. Why are you being a good little soldier for your dad?
He just kind of looks out at the fight that's happening, the kaiju fight. He's just like, you see that, right?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Your dad's not here. You could just like, oh yeah, Dad, I did the thing you want. Why? What is your like? Other than being scared of your father, what is the point? Everyone's scared of their father. Can't you also turn into a big fucking fire-breathing dragon? I
mean, not yet. Listen, man, I don't like to talk about it.
Here's the. What is your investment like? Are you super like in like? Here's the thing: if you could walk away from your father's command, would you?
If I could walk away from his command, would I? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be I'm the heiring prince to the kingdom. I don't think that's an option.
I mean, sure it is. Just come back when he's closer to dead, and then take over as he dies in his deathbed. You could go live a happy life until your dad dies.
My guy, that's things that my siblings get access to, not the prince that is about to become the heir to the throne. That's not how this works, my guy.
Okay, let me level with this. You can come with us willingly or as a prisoner. Would you rather join my crew, or would you rather we beat you into unconsciousness and shove you in our brig? Those are your two options. I'm trying to give you the nice one.
Ooh. Kind of like eyes like the direction again that Talia's at. And then he kind of like looks at you and narrows his eyes. He's just like, oh, you're just a bunny. What can you really do?
I'm a bunny that kicked your dad in the dick with a giant sea serpent, first of all.
I burned your dad's ass with heat metal.
Yeah,
I'm
the bunny that stared your father in the eye, said, fuck you and fuck your family, stole his ship and flew away. I'm the one that got away from your father. Name someone else who's gotten more shit done against your father than me.
I mean, I don't know. She was pretty good at getting shit away from him.
Yeah, and look who she works for.
You know he'll just follow you if I were to come with your ship, right?
Oh, that's fine. Right now, like, if we leave this, I'm 2-0 against your dad. Be on the winning side.
I don't know if I'd call what's happening out there winning. I think it's more surviving. But, I mean, I don't...
I'll give you a consolation here. All right, if you come with us, and worst case scenario, your dad comes with us, you can totally say we took you prisoner. You could, like, just don't actively try and hurt us when your dad comes to rescue you, and just come along. Have a happy little time, and if your dad catches us, we took you prisoner. We'll charge a ransom. He'll fight. Yeah. Jake is
out of
yeah,
DM
above
question, are
yeah.
you telling the truth? Are you like you will not hurt him, or are you?
Yeah. No. If no, I already know Talia is into the guy. I'm trying to do Talia solid here. No, if the prince comes willingly and he doesn't do anything to harm us or interfere with us, he can ride along for free.
Roll a persuasion check. This is, I'm going to tell
All
you,
right.
because of the influences Dad has, a DC 30, but I know you can hit
All
that
right.
with your ridiculous bonuses.
What is so at the beginning of last session, Bardic gave everybody a Bardic Inspiration. I did not use mine. What is the Bardic Inspiration Spirit gave us?
Oh, what is Spirit's Bardic? That's a
think
great
it was
question.
I think it was a D8.
Yeah, let me look.
I think
Hold
it's a D8, and
I
I
have
also
it.
don't think I used my D6 from Miss Polly.
on. I think it's a D6 of Bardic from Spirit.
All right, so 2D6 then.
Can you-
Okay, let's go with that.
So Polly's hearing this conversation. As he's talking about his dad, is she picking up on any fear?
Oh yeah. Well, okay. There's baseline fear. You can roll insight for digging a little deeper.
Okay. That'd be a 21.
You get the sense that this dude has no idea who he is, and he's always been at the beck and call of his father.
It's Polly, since you held your turn until my turn, can I request guidance?
I
Like, you feel like this man is like a cult, like in a cult essentially. So it's like trying to convince a cultist to leave their cult when they're super involved.
Trying to convince the cult leader's son to leave the cult.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if it's better to cast guidance or if it's better for me to cast calm emotions.
Hmm.
I trust your judgment.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cast calm emotions, so it'll be a charisma saving throw. 16 is the save.
Bum, 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 bum. 16 charisma save.
Yeah.
He fails.
Okay, so it says you can suppress
Wait.
any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened. I don't think this qualifies as that. But alternatively, you can make a target indifferent about creatures of your choice that it is hostile towards. This indifference ends if the target is attacked or harmed by a spell, or if it witnesses any of its friends being harmed. The spell ends, the creature becomes hostile again. So if there's any hostility between him and us, I want that to end.
Polly, what do you think you were cooking last?
What do I think I was cooking last?
Yeah.
We just had a big party with Percy. What did we feed them?
Hold on. I have to find where the hell is it? The conjure spice. I had to make something that was sweet, spicy, sour, and bitter. Oh shoot! I don't even know. Let's go.
Taco bar with churros.
Taco bar with no. Let's go with a curry, but it is a curry that was also served with like some, I don't know.
Sour Patch Kids?
Well, he's used to gummy things.
God damn it!
Okay, I don't think they're cannibalistic, so probably not.
Yeah, some kind of curry. We'll go with that.
The middle of this conversation, he kind of like sniffs the air a little bit. He's like, "Oh shit, is that a curry?" Yeah, all right, fine. That's how the calm emotions is gonna.
Okay.
But what was your roll?
The lingering scent.
Did it affect my roll at all? Do I gain advantage?
Advantage, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see here. I have my Jake dice. Let's roll the Brock dice as the other one. All right, so the better of the two, I have a 15 on the die plus 5 for a dirty 20 plus 12 for a 32.
There you go. I told you. I was like, I knew you'd be able to hit it, but also cult leader's son. Yeah, he's like, Okay, but only for the curry that I know I
Hey.
can smell.
I will take it.
All right. Lieutenant Colonel Sanders, please make sure that our new crew member is fed with curry. Like, ah! He looks slightly less confident in the side he has chosen.
Yeah, probably. He's like, that's the
don't-
chicken
don't-
is your colonel.
It's mostly to make him feel important. He almost killed our cook once with the help of 7 other chickens.
It was wild. Don't ask.
It's mostly because he's very skilled at fishing, which means he's lieutenant colonel of the kitchen.
Oh, listen, today's been such a long day, and that sentence just made my brain hurt so bad. I'm just gonna
Just go have a bowl of curry and do whatever.
That's what I'm gonna. I'm just gonna go fuck off now. But all right,
Mr. Spirit and Arnil, eyes on our new crew member.
Talia should probably go catch up with him now.
I feel like that's for when Talia is actually on the stream, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's still manning the gun. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
yeah,
speak for Talia, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Talia, if anyone looks like they're going to board our ship, shoot them in the face with our gun.
the important one's already here. Just shoot everyone else.
Yes, no one else from their crew is allowed on this ship. So was that my action, a bonus action to roll my persuasion on him?
I'll say I think it's technically supposed to be your action.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will not make the ship invisible this turn.
I also think that would probably go on the ship's turn. If the ship is
Okay.
going to become invisible, that can be like a ship action.
Okay, yeah, Alexa, please make yourself invisible with my spell slot when your turn comes. Anybody who wants to help me board the ship, I'm going to go ram this ship into that other ship real quick, and I'm going to use my movement and my bonus action then from one of my bunny hops to clear a certain amount of distance towards the what's it called, the bridge of the other ship.
Okay, you do that. As you sort of bunny hop onto the ship, you see 7 of the members of the ship are kind of just looking at you like in trepidatious we have to fight now kind of like they're ready to go if they need to, but also you seem like some of them, like it feels like some of them would probably just leave if they got the opportunity, but that's what you see as soon as you land.
All right, so guys, I just want to level with you. I don't have to kill you. If you just, like, if anyone wants to get out of the elevator can go now.
Roll intimidation.
Where's the compass dice? That is 17 on the die. For intimidation is a +6, so 23.
Yeah, okay. 4 of them were just like, yeah, all right, this is just kind of like my side job anyway. I didn't really want to be here, so you just have to deal with 3 of them. 3 of them are like looking at you like, no, what, dude?
Yeah, so I just draw my rapier, raise my shield, do that thing people do before a serious fight. They crack their neck twice. And they go, oh, that sounded so painful. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Is it possible to cast a 10-foot radius sphere that only encompasses them and would still allow us to walk by?
Are they Are they bottlenecking the hallway, or are they just kind of in this loading dock area?
They're in the loading dock area.
So I would like Poppy to cast Magnify Gravity, pinning down the remaining 3.
Okay. Do you want her to cast it at first level?
It increases by 1d8 for each slot above.
She has access up to 5th level spells.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think let's go up to 3rd.
Okay.
The ship just lurches as one section becomes very heavy.
This is actually a big ass ship, so not really.
Not like a lot, but like, oh, we hit turbulence in the water, kind of.
Maybe.
So they'll have a con saving throw.
Yep. And I think her spell save is a 15.
Yes.
Jeez. One of them fails. The other two pass.
Okay, so on the failed save, the creature takes, it'll be 4d8 force damage,
Okay.
and speed is halved. On the successful one, the creature takes half as much damage, but doesn't suffer the reduction in speed.
Okay. Can you roll that damage and let me know?
Yeah, d8s. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 17.
Have to. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. So 2 of them take 17 and have half movement. The other one takes half that and is not halved.
So you got one just really like burly dude, just like or burly
Basically.
person, just like I can take it.
He's just like, something tickles.
What was that?
What was that? Sweet. Okay, cool. All right. So that is your turn as well, since you were holding your turn.
Yeah, that's both turns. Yeah.
Sweet. That becomes a ship's turn, and also Talia. So Talia will go ahead and fire the weapon. Since it doesn't make sense to do that until after, it makes sense to do that before the ship turns invisible. So she'll do that. That does. Thought I had that written down, and I don't. Amount of damage. Just such a mood. 16 piercing. Okay. 16 damage. And the ship is gonna go. What? Is it just cast? Is it just invisibility? The spell?
Yes.
Okay.
And do I proc wild magic from having cast invisibility?
Oh yeah, things have been cast, huh?
That is true. So far, no magic has been. Wild magic has been triggered from spells, but let me check on your invisibility right quick. Are you keeping it at 2nd level, or are you using a different spell slot?
I'm keeping it 2nd level.
Okay. A creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on the target's person. Spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. Okay, so she's gonna fire first before invisibility is cast. So you guys are kind of at close range. Do you want her to fire on the flagship or a different ship?
I was gonna have her, because we are docked inside of this ship, just shoot anyone who looks like they're aware of our ship and trying to board it.
Got it. Okay. So in that case, actually, for now, no one else is on this side of the ship that would need to do that, so she's just gonna hold. Invisibility is cast on the ship. I need everyone here to just roll me a flat d20 and tell me what you get.
I get sadness.
A 1?
Yep.
Oh.
2 1s.
You also rolled a nat 1?
Sarros raised.
Oh.
finger. I just got 15.
Okay. And Rhett?
12.
12. Can someone roll for Poppy and Alexa as well?
I'll roll for Alexa.
I got Poppy.
I got an 18 for Alexa.
Okay.
I've got 19.
Okay. I'll roll for Talia and Hood. 17. 8. And then I need 2. Obviously, we need the regular D100 rolls, but I need 2 additional D100 rolls, please. There are 2
Please.
separate rolls.
Need 3 D100s.
Roll your wild magic D100 separate from the 3rd D100.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not for wild magic. I just need someone to roll it for me. And tell me what you get.
Only one person, or
Yeah.
Paul, do you want to roll that?
All right, so you need someone to roll 2 separate D100s, you said?
Yes.
Okay, let me get the turtle dice.
So my wilds are 67 and 81.
mine are 67 and 3.
What the
Wow.
So I did roll a 60
Okay.
and a 43.
Man, the 60s.
So close to being really weird.
Yeah, right.
Okay, we're gonna start here because
Yeah, we all got the nice number. What the hell?
It's weird. If I had a nickel for every D&D game I was in where 2 players rolled a D100 and rolled the same result in the last 10 days, I'd have 2 nickels.
Congratulations for your piggy bank.
Okay, so one of these is bad, but one of these for Polly is kind of funny just because of the implications that this is not how this is normally how she does it.
Let's go.
So I kind of want the funny one because even it just is funnier to imagine. For the next 24 hours, all itches must be scratched with your feet. Which is kind of funny if you think about the fact that Polly is a bird. So how
Oh
else
my-
would
am I-
she have been
am I-
scratching her itches?
Am I preening like a chicken then? Like,
Yeah. Basically.
okay. Nobody douse me in itching powder and we'll be good.
And then let's find out what happens to Sarros as I scroll.
I'm gonna be on fire again.
67 and 3.
That
I
did
mean,
happen.
that would be like your 3rd wild magic fire in a row if that happened.
He's on
Um,
fire. Sorry.
This monk is on fire.
I mean, I am a
ooh.
summer Eladrin, so keep
Okay.
forgetting to not get in the corner.
both of these are completely bad. Which one would you like?
67.
You can decide and tell me how you think this manifests. The area within 5 feet of all other creatures counts as difficult terrain for you for the next minute.
Oh.
Okay.
Which basically just means like when you were about to leave, like you essentially lose one of your 5 feet of movement trying to like leave from a space if you were up close in combat with someone. Which doesn't necessarily apply because of your astral arms, but in case it comes up, it's relevant. It's about on par, I feel like, with the itchiness.
And I feel like it would be just him tripping over his own feet, trying to get.
Just being a scrambly boy.
Every
Pretty
creature has
much.
an aura of clumsiness.
Everyone's shoelaces are untied, and Sarros is the one who trips on them.
Yes.
Okay, so regarding the invisibility, you feel this magic is taken willingly from you, Jake, and passed through as Alexa attempts to cast this on the ship. Because of the location where your ship is currently docked, as of now, there is not anyone close enough to confirm or deny that the ship is currently invisible. It potentially feels successful. The shimmer of invisibility magic has gone off. Because of the Garl Glitter Gold effect, you guys are still able to technically see. And so it's not necessarily clear if the invisibility is actually working or if
We
there's
also all have true sight, so there's that.
That's true. If it's not initially clear if the ship is actually currently invisible or not, because of all of the things that could potentially counteract invisibility right now. But you think it worked. So,
I have been more confident in more shaky things.
that's fair. That's valid. And then we zoom back out on the dragon sea serpent fight. Can someone roll a d20? Actually, two of you, each of you roll me a d20. Not all people. Coach, I need you to roll a d20 for the sea serpent for me. And Sarros, can you roll one for the dragon? Let me know what you get.
Sarros, try and roll a.
I got
18.
11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah!
Good. So, let's see. Oh man. So this time it's not just like full on biting. This time like they both sort of charge up as if they each have like a breath attack that could be happening. So the sea serpent has like seawater breath essentially that's kind of like going off.
Hydro
So-
pump.
It's basically casting a hydro pump on itself. And then the dragon has like a void beam. So it's like hydro pump meets void energy, which is kind of crazy. And so it's like getting sucked into a gravitational pull and it's swirling around, and then because it's like equal forces at first, and then it's like finally the void magic gives, and then the water goes forward and sort of pushes back the evil king dragon just a little bit, and so he's kind of like pushed back into one of the ships. We'll say it's
Does the void beam help its dodge?
Yeah.
Avoid.
a void.
Ugh.
The squid ship is the one that is hit at this point as the evil king pushes back into the other squid ship that was trying to get away but was not fast enough. The living ship was smart to leave from this area. So that happens. We'll resolve that on that squid ship's turn once it's their turn in combat. But now it's the flagship's ship turn, which I think technically means that it's time for us to go with NPC initiatives as well. So these three are currently, two of them are affected by gravity. One of them is not. So speed is halved. So that doesn't affect their ability to attack. Oh wait, object is being worn or carried in the sphere. Okay, they are wearing and carrying it, so that doesn't apply. So, Jake, you are set upon by 3 people. It seems like they're still able to hit you. 2 of them connect with your AC. One of them misses, and it seems like the gravity's getting to him. But the big burly dude definitely hits against your AC, unless you have anything that can bump your AC up higher.
I don't think so. You do have my AC with Ursa's cooking, correct?
Yeah, I do. I just want to make sure you didn't have a
Okay.
shield or something you wanted to use.
Do I? I don't think I have the spell shield on. I don't. Let me double check. I think Bixby had shield, but I do have shield. No, shield of faith. Never mind.
Oh snap!
Okay, I saw the word shield, and then I finished scrolling, and then I saw of faith. Never mind.
Oh.
It's not a crit. I won't silver barbs. It's fine. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Come at me, bro. Non-gender neutral, bro, because I don't know the gender of these people with the theater of mind.
Fair enough.
It's an expression where I come from. Don't worry about it.
You take a combined total of 28 damage, piercing
Alright.
damage, from the 2
Okay.
that connect with you. And the flagship kind of feels like it's getting ready to move. Like you feel like the people that are in control of the ship are reassessing themselves now that a bunch of people have left the ship and are moving around. And so you kind of feel the general rumble from the ship as it's getting ready to move. It's not initially clear what direction it's moving to, but it does feel like it's about to start moving on its next turn if it's still around. This is also the point where we need to resolve the gunpowder because it's taken enough turns that it started to catch up to itself. Sarros, can you roll for me here? How do I want this to work?
How do you want to do this?
I know.
Yeah.
How's how here? Roll me a D8 and tell me what number you get. That is how
2.
many of 2. 2 of these barrels of gunpowder finally catch fire enough that they explode. And from that too, they start a chain reaction. And in total, in this room, there were 8 barrels of gunpowder. So, each turn, we're going to see how long it takes to get through each of the barrels of gunpowder before they start exploding as well. But on this first turn, 2 of them go off. I'm just going to roll this in a virtual roller because I don't feel like pulling out that many die, even though the sound is fun. We're just going to say that it is fireball level damage.
How many die? How many of what die is it? Because I have a bunch out already.
8d6.
Yeah.
I can do
What?
8d6.
You can do 8d6? I was going to say I already rolled it. I looked it
Oh,
up.
never mind. That's fine.
Um,
Just get
there you go. Yeah, we'll pretend.
Yeah, there's some Foley for the future podcast audience.
Yeah. Okay, so these 2 go off. I pull out my wonderful handy dandy calculator.
beep boop beep boop.
8 plus 36. 50. Oh, it could have been the nice number, but it's 10 off. Dang. 59 fire damage. Sarros, do you have any innate abilities that would make fire damage worse?
I don't think so.
Okay, I just wanted to check. Sweet. So, 59 fire damage, explosion in this corner of the ship. That is enough that they're like people have started to notice that something's wrong. So, that goes off.
Polly puts one talon to her face. Just shh. We're trying to be sneaky.
Oh my god. That goes off. And people have started to notice. So, Rhett, it's your turn. You hear and feel fireball explosion from the enemy ship. You have taken notice of the whole situation with the prince. Like that you you know that there is someone invisible. You saw your crewmates all go over to someone who is invisible and attempt to have a conversation. I don't think you're affected by the true sight, so you don't know who they're having a conversation with. None of this is relevant, but you know they had a conversation with something.
And we seem chill with it now.
Yeah, for all you know, they were talking to nothing, but you saw them talking to something. What do you do?
Did a fireball hit the ship, did you say?
No, it's the enemy ship.
The ship we boarded.
Ship? Okay.
Yeah.
And to be
go
clear,
back to-
that explosion was far enough away from us that we're okay.
Correct.
I assume Garl Glittergold's God Bubble protected us from the AoE damage.
Would I need to roll perception to be able to tell if the voices were calm or not?
Which voices specifically? Your crewmate?
The crewmates talking with the invisible person.
Yeah, you can roll. I would call that more insight than perception.
Okay. That's a natural 16. Insight plus 7, so that's a 23.
Okay. Yeah. You know kind of exactly what went down, the tone of everything that happened, the agreement that they came to, and then the disbursement that happened afterwards. So it wasn't like a one-sided conversation, obviously, because you could still hear the prince's response. You just don't necessarily see him at first until he walks off to go get food, although he may have stayed invisible. That's kind of funny to think about. But you could hear his responses, you could hear your crewmates' responses, you kind of know what went down.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go back to mopping.
Okay. Sweet. Any magic or anything that you want to do while you're mopping, or
So I'm using Mage Hand to mop.
continue to use Mage Hand to mop? Okay.
Yep.
Um,
As it is, he's existed for a long time on this ship without people noticing.
sure.
So it makes sense. He's not immediately going to get involved in something unless there's a problem.
That's fair. Okay. So currently, that is what has happened. We'll say if you're just using Mage Hand to mop, that right now, if you want to hold an action,
Sure.
if you want to react to something later, you can.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. So that's how we'll treat it. Small lamprey number 1. So, one of the enemy ships, it was one of the ones that was kind of coming up, dropping people off at that living ship. It has dropped people off. It's going to take off, and it's coming around, following the direction that the living ship was coming towards you all. It seems like it's kind of trying to stay pretty close to it. But it doesn't necessarily know where or what to fire at. It's a little faster than the living ship, so it's kind of just directly in front of it. It's sort of at the very edge of the corner of the front of the enemy ship. So it seems like it could do something in a minute, but as of now, it does not. Alexa's official turn proper. Alexa is still, at the moment, following Sarros. Sarros, have you told Alexa to leave, or do you still want her with you?
I don't think I've actively told her to, but Sarros can just like shoo her off.
Your call.
Go away. Go away. Stop following me.
Stay at least 5 feet away from me at all times.
Actually, it's pretty funny. Because she would impact that, so you'd have constant
Constant difficult terrain.
there's just like extra leaves and vines for some reason growing off of Alexa right now, and she's not sure why. And so
She's a little stressed.
yeah.
So that's-
Alexa will turn to you and she'll explain what's going on about that living ship because she thinks you'll understand. So she looks at you and like meets your eyes, and there's sort of a look on her face that I don't think anyone on the ship would have ever seen before. She's kind of a very like stoic person. Very rarely, like she'll get mad, but even when she's mad, it's like not like it's more in her voice and her tone than it is on her face. This situation kind of freaks her out, and she's like, the other enemy ship, it is alive, but it feels wrong. And I can't place why.
Is this something we can all hear, or is she just saying this to
She's
Sarros?
just talking to Sarros because she
Okay.
feels like in this moment, especially because like everyone else is off doing other stuff. Some of you are no longer on the ship, but this is like a hey, you seem like you recognize some of this stuff. Meet v meet, like this is what's going on.
well, if Sarros wasn't paranoid before.
I do not say this to scare you, but living ships can often communicate innately with each other. Something feels off. They are too far to communicate, but I don't think I want to.
Just gonna like pat her on the shoulder and be like, I understand.
So, Alexa will go ahead and she will continue to keep up the pass without trace on the ship, as well as the potential invisibility that is kind of just being cast through the magic that Jake has. So it's not necessarily interfering with the pass without trace. I think in this moment as well, she will take the time to do a repair spelljammer to the ship since it had previously taken damage ahead of time. And so she's like, she has a conversation with Sarros, sort of places her hands on the edge of the ship where they are and like smooths down some of the leaves that grow along the edge of the ship. and is kind of like muttering to them as she's casting the magic to try to like heal the ship a little bit and make sure that it's not going to sustain additional damage later. That could be problematic. And that's going to be Alexa's turn. After Alexa is the enemy living ship that she was just talking about. So the enemy living ship has sort of come up and over where the flagship is. It is directly above you guys. So who's currently boarded the ship? It's Jake and Polly
And Poppy.
and Poppy. Okay.
How far away is this ship? You said it's directly above us. How far?
Directly above you. I'd say like within 90 feet.
Okay.
So it sort of is directly above you. Anyone who's not below decks, if anyone boarded the ship and is sort of like on the upper layers of the ship.
I mean, how far could we have gotten? Because
yeah,
so, like I got the impression like jumped off and I was still in this loading dock area where we landed.
Yeah. So if anyone didn't stay with Jake and you have gone up, let me know. If you are all still with Jake, then this is a different conversation.
I think we're all still with Jake because they attacked Jake, so presumably he's in front.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that was my read as well.
Okay. So you don't see anything.
but we do see the ship.
You do? Yes. And by see the ship, it's more like Alexa's telling you that the ship is there.
Okay.
Because she can kind of feel where it is. Because again, seems like there's a communication network for living ships that is maybe different from the general comms network that all ships kind of can have with each other, where they can hail one another.
Mhm.
You all sort of get a weird sensation as the living ship nears. It's like the feelings Alexa is having are creeping out through the comms network. There's a bit of a feeling of dread. It's coming from Alexa. It's not coming from the other living ship. So you guys sense that as this living ship has directly come up and over where the ship is, where you guys are.
Is there any kind of like relevant, maybe nature check that would give more sort of? Okay.
Anyone can do that as well.
I think Sarros is gonna do it because she was talking to him.
Rhett, you've been on the ship for a long time. You can make that roll with advantage.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, but I rolled a 5 for a 7, so I do not know.
You just get the sense Alexa's freaked out.
Yeah, I just go, does anyone else hear, like, horror music playing over the comm? Is that just me? Like some sort of anxiety-inducing, like, poop, 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 cheat, 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 cheat.
No, Sarros is right there with you.
Nature check, you said?
Yeah, nature.
Okay. So that's an 18.
Okay.
19.
18, 19, and 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jake and Sarros, horror music. Just nothing
This is
special.
what plays through Sarros' head every day.
Jake, do you still have up any of your auras that tell you anything about other creatures?
The only aura I have, let's see, I'm just a devotion paladin, so I have the basic aura at level 6, so just the saving throw aura.
Okay,
I don't
just
think
wanted to
there's
double
anything
check.
else. Now I'm trying to find where it is because I want to remember what my aura does. Where? Oh, it's under features, not actions. That's why I can't find it. I know it's the one that gives everyone big saving throws, but I can't remember what else it does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, just the saving throws.
Okay. So the two of you that rolled higher, for various reasons, I think, Rhett, you've been around the ship for a very long time. You have an understanding with Alexa, with the ship, with a lot of the other events that you've experienced, and you can kind of interpret that or share that potentially with the crew however you may want in the future. Polly, this is pure druid bullshit that you also have an understanding here of kind of what's going on, and you've leveled with Alexa and kind of like have had butted heads, but in this moment, like you sort of understand and get more of a feeling about why she's freaked here. There's a mixture of creatures on the ship that have docked above you. And part of the problem with this living ship is that it's no longer living. It is an undead living ship. So the greenery and plants and other problems with the ship feel twisted. They feel like they are being kept alive via an unnatural method, and it's not clear how, and more importantly, why. Because that's not normal for living ships. Usually once living ships are dead, they're just gone. They're just wreckage out at sea. So the fact that this ship has been kept alive, the fact that this ship has caused some of the biggest problems in this fight for you guys, and has cast some of the scariest spells from it, is concerning.
So you said a combination of creatures. By that, do you mean like an unnatural combination of creatures, or do you just mean like it's full?
Yes.
Like it's okay. Okay. So Polly gets very uncomfortable by that as well, and fully understands where Alexa's coming from, because she's also not too cool with the prolonging life, especially when something like a living ship is dead. It's meant to stay dead. It's not meant to sort of be kept alive unnaturally. So,
which is a very interesting conversation in D&D with so much magic that keeps things alive for prolonged amounts of time.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes
neither here nor
dead
there.
is better.
Yeah, it's weird that there's so many gods who are like, yeah, the dead need to stay dead, and then they also bestow like raise the dead, and you're like, okay, all right.
But it's in this particular situation,
Yeah.
it feels even worse than that. It's not just you were brought back via magic. It's something twisted.
Okay.
I don't know if Rhett decides to continue to stay quiet or address anything on the comms, but up to you.
I guess Polly is gonna say through the comms, say, Alexa, I feel it too, and we'll see what we can do about that.
Very shaky breath. Alexa kind of like eyes the ship. I don't know if there's anything we can do, but we should not get near that ship. And that is going to be Polly and Puppy.
Of course.
First, what Rhett is going to do is he's going to put away the sponge that he's been using to scrub the floor in Amar's room, literally cleaning up Amar's cum stains.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Ah.
Shit.
And yes, he's been gone for that long, and they're still there.
That poor custodian.
Finally putting the sponge away, and he goes, ah, crap.
Is that
And-
is that into the comms? Just
Not into the comms, just in general, just exclaiming, ah, crap.
Alexa does slightly perk up, as though like she could just sense a disturbance in the force, as though Rhett has come out of hiding.
Yeah.
Just okay. Goes back to being stressed and healing the ship. Polly Poppy, your turn.
Okay, I think that I want to.
Do you abandon your admiral? Do you
I
go
got this. Do
explore
what you
the
gotta do.
No, see, here's the thing. Like, right now we're in the middle of trying to commandeer this ship, but like, Polly is just wanting that ship to be dead
Mm.
and not undead. And Alexa is like, we need to stay away from it. So
Alexa said nothing about the flagship we're commandeering staying away from it. We could just ram
Right.
it. with a
True. That was
firing
originally
wreckage.
your plan, was to ram the ship
Yeah.
into the ship.
Yeah. Plus the
Right.
ship is on fire and the other ship's made of plants. I feel like we can. I think we can accomplish the goal of not getting near it while also blowing it out of the fucking water.
okay, I have a question about the kaiju fight.
Yeah.
That is still happening, by the way.
Yeah.
You said that the sea serpent was basically like hydro pumping the dragon. What
Mhm.
happened to the water? Like, is the water still lingering around?
Roll
Or
me
is
a
it-
luck check. Let me know. What'd you get on the d20?
Off the table is what I got. Off the table again. Jeez Louise. 14.
Stop rolling with so much gusto.
Yeah,
mhm.
right?
Like a third of the water is still around. You don't know what happened to the other 66% of the water, but it's 33% of it is still around.
It's 33% roughly. I think it's 50 something. Where is it? Is it 50 square feet?
Sure.
Cool. Can I then? I don't think this requires line of sight. Let me see. Nope, just says what I choose. Okay, cool.
Love it.
So Polly is going to is the water within 300 feet?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm going to pool together enough water to create a whirlpool.
Mhm.
And I'm going to target that whirlpool directly on top of Dragon Daddy.
Okay. What?
That is an accurate description of what he is. Yes.
Yeah, you
That-
are
that's
correct. As much as I hate that.
The whirlpool forms a vortex that's 5 feet wide at the base and 50 feet wide at the top and 25 feet tall. Any creature or object in the water and within 25 feet of the vortex is pulled 10 feet toward it. A creature can swim away from the vortex by making a strength check against your spell save DC. When a creature enters the vortex for the first time or starts in there, or starts its turn in there, it must make a strength saving throw. On a failed throw, blah 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 blah. So there'll be a strength saving throw on the start of its turn.
And I think now when you cast it based off.
Oh
of
yeah,
it-
sorry, yeah. So strength saving throw. It's 16.
Okay. It must roll a 5 or less on this die. Holy shit! It rolled a 5.
Nice.
So it failed.
Yeah, so it failed.
Awesome.
So what happens?
That's one of the moments I wish I had a dice cam, so I could be like,
So it's gonna take 2d8 bludgeoning, and it's gonna be caught in the vortex until the spell ends.
Okay.
A creature caught in the vortex can use its action to try to swim away from the vortex as described above, but has disadvantage on strength checks to do so. So.
Okay.
So
I don't know
that
what
is
that
what.
damage is.
Oh yeah. Not off the table. Not off the table. Okay. 13.
Okay.
And that is that.
I
And
like how
then
Gyarados went from using Hydro Pump to Whirlpool on this thing.
it just happened. That's what happens when you do team battles. And I think that Poppy is going. You'll need to act this out. I think Poppy is going to go ahead and embolden her allies via the leadership ability by sharing candy.
Candy.
Because Polly and Poppy and Jake are off to try to commandeer this vehicle. I think we could use the moral support from Poppy.
Yep. So, everyone, because the way I wrote this originally, I wasn't thinking about the language of this. I just said that it's up to her wisdom modifier by sharing candy, and it says embolden her allies. So I think that you guys get magical packages of candy, no matter where you are, as long as you are a part of the crew.
Just a little paper airplane.
Yeah, no, it's literally just like magic, like candy that just kind of like pops in front of your face, and it's just like puppy delivery. And
1 second, guys, trying to kill me. I need to eat this candy.
So you create a magical bond, blah 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 blah. So you guys all basically get guidance because of the candy. So you roll a d4 and add the number to attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. And you can only do that once per turn.
All
Yeah.
right.
Cool.
So yeah, you guys get that because of Poppy's candy.
And then I think we're going to try to then move towards the thing. We're gonna get closer to. We'll go ahead and get closer to Jake and try to
Go around me. Go around. I have like these guys are all engaged with me, and they're not blocking the walkway. Just walk on past me.
Do we have enough space to do that without
Yeah, you can.
procking? Okay, yeah, so we'll do that. We'll try to go the wide around to pass and make sure we're not provoking opportunity attacks.
Okay,
And
sure.
we'll do that.
And you guys are looking for the area to go commandeer the ship.
Yes, so we'll move 30 feet towards.
Roll
that.
me an investigation check. You are familiar with the way that the living ship is arranged, but you were unsure if this is normal for all ships. But roll me an investigation check to see how easily you find this
Investigation.
location.
There are just giant
21.
signs like a big box store that have that say "bridge this way."
We'll see
21.
what was it, 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, this ship is huge, and they're sick of people asking what part of the ship to go to and what that is. So they've installed directional signs on the ship that just say "bridge this way."
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm pretty sure, Poppy, we're supposed to go that way.
Oh right, sorry. The crunching of candy distracted
Oh.
my ability to read. But
Totally
I'll follow
get it.
you.
Totally get it. Let's go.
Okay.
And we're off.
So, yep. You guys move in that direction. We'll go about that next time. That is Sarros. Your turn, official. You're proper.
Okay.
So yeah, you are aware that this other ship is one that Alexa is not vibing with, has expressed that to you. The prince is dealt with. That situation's gone. Your crewmates are boarding this other ship. You have seen the explosion of some of those gun barrels.
In all honesty, unless somebody directly asks for his help, I think Sarros is going to stay on the ship and try and protect Alexa.
Mm.
Like, he can tell that she's really not doing well right now, and his instincts are to protect friends instead of trying to search out whatever the plan was that he didn't even really catch.
Mhm.
We never really have a solid concrete thing you call a plan. We have constructions of a plan, if you will.
Sure. Okay.
I won't.
I won't. I
That was good.
want Sarros to roll for me either insight or nature. As you're having that decisional like bond moment where you're like, I must protect my friends.
12.
This is not a high DC. I was going to set the DC at like 10, so that's totally fine. Alexa is covered kind of in various stages of greenery and flowers, and it's very much just like an extension of the decor on the ship and how the ship is because she is a part of the ship. You almost like see as this like this disturbance about the situation is like taking over her, and you feel like that fear and disgust and the mixture of negative emotions. That several of like the leaves on her body have started to curl inwards, and the flowers have sort of like wilted slightly, and they're just a little bit like the edges of them have sort of started to brown. You have a bouquet of flowers, it's been sitting in a vase for too long, and you need to change the water out. It's like you can just see the emotions visibly on her, and she's kind of like she started to like eye the ship as it's now within sight, and she's like, I do not want to distract the ship and cause them to see us, but are there things that we can do to keep them away or to stop them?
Unfortunately, Sarros, I think, is the wrong person for that. Besides the arms that kind of really give us away, I don't have really anything ranged.
Is this a question being asked on comms or in private? Or the group chat or in private, I guess?
I think she starts it out loud, but because of the situation at hand, it does eventually like catch on into the comms. It's like one of those moments where you didn't realize you had your phone on speaker, but it's on speaker.
I got it. Alexa, I have a thought.
Hmm.
Can you patch the prince onto comms for me really quick?
Okay.
Hey, Prince, can you do me a
Fuck,
favor?
what?
Because you're a member of the crew now, we logged you into the group chat. Didn't you see our friend request on your Discord?
What?
Anyway, I have a question for you. I just can you do me a solid? And if I patch you into your ship's communication network, can you tell the guys firing the guns the living pirate ship you're trying to get is above you? I want to convince them that the ship above them, the living ship, is part of their fleet because they lost track of us. That it's that they're the living ship they're trying to hunt. I want the prince to give the command. I'm willing to like even mock it for him. Like I just need to I can copy the guy's voice. I'm a bard. I feel like there's some mechanical way we can convince them to shoot on their own ship. Is what I'm trying to do.
I can also do it because I am a king.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh,
that's true. Can you just say the phrase, "Hey, the ship is above us. Shoot them," for me, so my friend can repeat it for her?
Yeah, but just so you know, they do know the difference between their ships and you, but you can try.
Yeah. If I had a nickel for every time someone told me a plan was stupid and it worked. For instance, that time I told your dad that I was a guy from a police organization called All Cops Are Bastards.
Just chuck them at him.
Polly pulls out a bag of coins and just starts shaking them.
Why do I feel like I hear the sound of coins being shaken? It doesn't matter. Yeah, you can. You want me to tell them to, hey, the living ship is above us. Shoot them.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Cool. Do anyone in the crew need to do a roll to try and convince these guys that they lost track of the ship?
Yeah, you can. Who's doing it? Is it Polly or?
Well, I'm asking you because the prince is technically given the order, but it was my idea, so I don't know if I need to sell the lie or if Polly's doing it. I don't know who's rolling at what.
I was asking you guys because it sounded like there was a discussion about whether it would be you or Polly.
Right.
That's essentially. So between which one of you two?
I mean, I'm the best person to roll it. Whether or not that makes the most sense is up to you.
You're the one who came up with it. I think it's more organic if you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which charisma-based roll am I doing?
Specifically talk to me and tell me to do it. In which case, it's different.
Yeah, this is gonna definitely be a deception check.
Okay. All right, that is 14 on the die, plus I rolled my d4 from Poppy's, that's 17, plus deception. I only have a plus 6 deception, so 23.
Okay. Oh, you're so fucking lucky.
Thank you, Poppy. I say as I'm just chewing this piece of taffy that she gave me.
Yep.
How did you do that mimicry with taffy in your mouth?
Internet.
All right.
What?
And I think next after that, unless Sarros has any actions or bonus actions or anything on his turn he would like to take.
No, Sarros is just going to go visit the head.
Okay.
Well, Rhett knows where he's going next.
Okay. This is the enemy squid, the one that got pushed back by the water. It kind of like so if any of you are looking, it pushes back into the dragon, like it's trying to like both right itself and right the dragon. And it's gonna try to move back closer to the side of the ship on the other side, like come back around on the other side from where that other ship is.
Wait,
so that it's closer to where you guys are.
I'm sorry. Is it actually a squid?
It looks like a squid, yeah.
It looks like a squid.
It's not it's not alive and it's not a real squid, but it looks like a squid. Yeah, I can show you a picture later. It's just called a squid
Okay.
ship.
Is it was it was it within 25 feet of the vortex?
No,
No. Okay.
good question though, but no.
Okay.
Wait, how big was the vortex?
The vortex was 50 feet wide at
Wow.
the top and 5 feet wide at the bottom, and 25 feet tall.
Oh, well, I guess actually, yeah, it probably would have been. So it probably also needs to make sure that it does the thing at the
Oh,
top.
it says creature or object. Yeah.
Oh.
Within 25 feet gets pulled 10 feet toward it.
And it has to make that at the start of every turn, right?
Yeah. So it actually needed to. So it would have also taken that bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
What was it? 13.
It would have passed the first time, but the second time it does fail.
Okay.
Probably just created a budget black hole.
Kinda, yeah. So it failing the second time, it is doing this. If it failed its strength saving throw the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's gonna take another 2d8.
And be sucked towards the vortex, which means it
And-
ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it wants to, but it does not.
9.
You guys are beating these ships up. All right, and I think we will take a quick bio break. Since we're back to the start of the initiative, and then we will come back and try to wrap up some of the end of this initiative stuff going on. Fight. That's what I wanted to fight. So we will come back in about 15 minutes.
All right.
eat it. There we go.
Ah,
Hey guys, welcome back to Space Rock Cafe. We definitely weren't talking about WWE off air. It makes sense for Dungeon Masters to have WWE experience.
yeah. Shout out to Bard Rock Cafe's Twitter follower, Sergeant Slaughter, WWE legend.
Nice. All right, so we were picking back up at initiative 26 from Jake. What are you doing?
So I look at these three guys, like, okay, so you guys choose violence. That's fine. I'm going to choose violence too. I'm going to roll an attack on the. There's one of them that's specifically not affected, and two that are, right?
Right.
I'm going to attack the guy.
Yeah.
2 on the die is not going to hit. That's fine. I guess I can attack. Let me just. His armor class is not ridiculously low, right? Like 2. I don't need to do my numbers here.
What's your bonus?
Yeah, I was going to say. Okay, so I have a.
Because I think you also have the plus 4 to an attack roll.
Oh, that's true. I do. I forgot. So I have a plus 11 to hit. So that's 13.
Yeah, no, that won't hit.
Okay. Does a 16 hit?
Yep.
All right, cool. So I'm going to use a mobile flourish and add my bardic inspiration die to the D8 plus 5 that I'm dealing.
Okay.
So that is 12 plus 5, 17 damage to this guy.
Okay.
And then I want to flavor my mobile flourish as me just waving and then running between their legs because I'm size category small, and just using all of my movement to dash the fuck away from these guys.
Okay.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to use my ring of jumping to cast jump on myself.
Okay.
And I just kind of wave to them. See ya!
Yeah, see, stab, juke, run away, see ya.
And then
Yep.
we just see him jump over us, and we're like,
Well, no, I used the jump. The ring of jumping. The ring of jumping doesn't include a jump action. But
no,
for
no,
the
I'm
next,
no, I'm
yeah, okay.
no, but I mean like you're jumping over us, so like Poppy and I are sitting there just going, okay, like you're in front of us now because you dashed.
I didn't dash though. Like the mobile
Oh.
flourish just lets me disengage for free.
Gotcha.
So all I do is use my regular movement to catch up to you somewhat.
Mm.
I'm still the closest target for them to chase. So what's gonna happen here, in theory, is some Benny Hill shit where they run up to me, take a couple of swings at me, and then I do the exact same thing over and over and over again. But eventually, I use my bunny hop at triple distance to get so far away they can't catch me.
Is your
Especially 'cause
movement? Is your
My
movement
movement's
30?
feet. Yes,
Okay.
but also 2 of these guys have movement speed, so there's that too.
Sure.
Yeah.
So really,
All
only
right.
one guy's a threat to catch up to me.
Is that your action and
Yep.
your okay?
Yep, the bonus action is the ring of jumping. I now jump super good compared to my regular good.
On initiative 20. Jake, your speaking stone rings.
Sheath the sword. Yeah, hello.
Hi. We got a distress call that just sounded like horror music. Are you guys okay? It's Percy.
Okay is... I'm not even gonna joke about this. No, we're not. We got jumped by the flagship of that Dragon King guy and 4
Oh, fuck.
of the Spaeos Coalition. There's also a zombie plant tree
Oh,
ship.
sorry, what?
There's a living ship, but it's an unliving ship. It's made of dead vegetables.
Don't go near that. That's fucked.
Oh, no, it is super fucked. Yeah, there's also that I don't know if I told you. Remember when we first met? How I had that goldfish that I was really weird about.
Uh-huh.
It was a giant sea serpent, and I threw it in the face of this dragon. There's a kaiju fight going on, so
Jake, what the actual fuck?
yeah. I don't think you want any of this, but if you were to create a distraction so we could get the fuck out of this, that'd be great.
Yeah, give us like 6 seconds. We'll try to get our ship over there.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Oh, okay. You should. Can you get your ship to stop the weird, creepy horror music? It's really distracting.
I'll see what I can do. Alexa, I hang up my speaking stone. Alexa, I promise you things are about to get much better. I say this with the full faith and confidence that you have known in me, but I want you to know I've never more sincerely said things are about to get better for us. Please try and calm down.
I am calm.
All right, Alexa, I'm asking you as your friend.
Insight check.
Yeah, no, Alexa, I want you to use your bonus action on your turn to eat one of your emotional mushrooms and just calm down.
I am calm.
We are psychically linked. Not just via the comms. You and I have a special psychic connection. I know we're not calm. If you could at least stop broadcasting how not calm you are on the comms, you're freaking Percy out.
What?
Captain Percy says she can hear you being scared.
That's not normal?
That's why I'm suggesting you eat a chill out mushroom.
No, Jake, that's not normal. We'll talk about it later.
Are you
I'll
saying
eat the
this
mushroom.
Are you saying this directly to her, or are you saying it to all across the comms?
Jake is definitely the kind of person who doesn't know how to switch to private chat on the group chat.
Okay, so Polly's gonna butt in. Paul. Paul
just punches the fourth wall and grabs you by the throat.
Well, you still have true seeing.
The true seeing breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, Polly just pierces the gaze and sees Xtina looking down at you all as the true deity of the campaign.
So Polly's going to, in the chat, be like, "Excuse me, Jake, I don't mean to break up this heartfelt moment, but how would Percy hear the music if it's on our comms?"
Isn't that like... I assume the Alexa was just broadcasting it out across the Spelljammer network.
No, because we had to tap the prince into the comm. It's only whoever Alexa is authorizing to hear.
Can I roll insight to see what I know about Percy's demeanor?
Mm-hmm.
12. I think I have a higher insight than I think I do. Plus 4, 16. Wasn't Percy?
Best guess? You don't know.
All right. Well, either way, Alexa, I can tell you were upset. Don't lie to me. Try and be better. Percy says she's helping. If that was Percy, I'm now questioning it because now I think about it. Yeah, it'd be weird. She can hear the horror music on our comms.
We can talk about it later. I'll eat the mushroom later.
Okay.
I might need to wait because I think it would prevent me from magic, but later.
Okay.
That is initiative 20. It's also funny enough the ship and Talia's turn.
Oh. The dragon does have to repeat its save at initiative 20 unless you're saving the kaiju fight for later in initiative 20.
There's a few things that are happening on initiative 20.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. No, I haven't forgotten.
Okay.
Yeah. So ship and Talia. So ship has not made the ship that's coming around. Well, actually, no, it didn't because it got caught in the water whirlpool. So that's never mind. The other ship that was coming around the side is one that fucked off. So you don't have to worry about that one anymore. The living ship is one that's directly above you. So it's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. You can't really see it to shoot it. So that's still kind of being held. You guys, for all intents and purposes, still think you're invisible. The kaiju fight. I just thought about this as well. Was the whirlpool you just centered it directly on only the dragon and not the sea serpent?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, because I assumed that as the water was like hitting, it was like any residual water that I'd be able to pick up would probably be around the dragon.
Right.
So I wanted to center it there.
That's
or
fair.
possibly behind the dragon because otherwise the sea serpent's in range of the whirlpool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Makes sense. There it is. So I honestly think your sea serpent is too enraged to know not to go in there, and it does not get its breath weapon back on this turn. So it kind of dives straight into the whirlpool. It is going to roll that strength saving throw. You said it's a DC 15? 16?
16.
It passes. The kaiju sea serpent gives no fucks about the whirlpool, and so it dives right in. It's going to attempt to make its attacks on it. One of them is a constricting attack. It's going to see if it can also try to do that to hit it. It does hit with a dirty 30. Love it. So not only is the dragon caught up in a whirlpool, it's caught up in a constricting attack from the sea serpent. It used wrap.
This dragonite is having Gyarados kick its ass.
The sea serpent is still gonna take half damage,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
fine.
still gonna take 6.
That's fine.
Blood
It
damage.
does. It doesn't seem
Yeah.
like that even. It sounds like that doesn't even bother it. It's just like whatever. And then it's going to do its other 2 attacks. It's going to like just basically try to chomp on it and bite it. It does with another dirty 30 into 28 to hit, which does hit the dragon.
I will
So
point out if the dragon is restrained, it has advantage if you want to go crit fishing.
oh yeah, sure. Let's see what happens with the dragon, and that's gonna bring up the point of if it gets wild magic because it was on your ship for so long. But it does not crit. It does still hit, however, and it's going to do that. Now, fun, neat fact. Actually, never mind. That doesn't take effect because it's too big. Sea serpent bites big chunky damage. It looks really gross, really bad. There's just pieces of dragon getting thrown everywhere throughout the astral sea. And then you guys know Percy, unsure question mark, now that you guys are thinking about it, are on the way. That is the flagship turn. So yes, we have 2 people that are chasing after Jake, but they are slowed down because of gravity. One person, however, is not, and so it's the big beefy dude that just kind of like was just like, that tickles. Chases after Jake. It's gonna try to hit you. It misses. It just kind of whiffs as you're dodging nimbly because you're a bunny rabbit that has lots of fun stuff. Do you taunt this big dude that tries to hit you and misses?
I'm glad that you appreciate me, big fella, but you should probably go help your friends, because there's got to be a fire explosion roughly where they're standing.
What?
Remember that fire explosion that happened? There's more gunpowder barrels back there, dumbass. Your friends are going to die if you don't go get them.
They're not my friends. It's fine.
Oh, okay. You want to join my crew? I pay better than your king does, I'm pretty sure. At least some of the crew members I poached from him said so.
Nah.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just keep doing the cat and mouse thing.
Rhett, it's your turn.
Please tell me that he takes off his helmet and he's actually a tabaxi, and it's cat. It's cat and bunny.
Well, here's the thing.
No, actually, he's just Elmer Fudd. You rascally wabbit.
So, no, Rhett did not have a helmet on.
We were talking about the guy I was taunting. That was confusing,
Okay.
I understand.
Okay. So, hearing through the comm about how distressed Alexa is, Rhett finally heads out and Alexa's still on the ship, right? Because it kind of can't be. Goes up to Alexa and gives her a big hug.
Aw.
You've been around enough to know when something's wrong.
Rhett, I haven't seen you in years.
That's how it had to be. Sorry about that. Been a long time, but it's also been a long time since you started broadcasting horror movie sounds.
Apparently, I might have done that to other ships, which is new.
That makes sense, but it sounded like you just broadcast Jake on the toilet, and I don't want to hear that ever again. So if it takes me getting out of here and making an ass out of myself, guess I'll have to do that.
Why would you make an ass of yourself?
Well, technically I'm not a centaur, so I can't have the gods make an ass out of me. Close enough, though. But, no, what I mean is, coming out here, giving you a hug like that. That's not how I usually do things, but you needed it. Looks Alexa right in the eyes. You know you needed it. You can say you're okay as much as you want, but we both know that's a lie.
Yeah. That thing is upsetting.
Understood. We'll get the hell out of here as soon as we can, and I'll make sure nothing happens to you. And other than going out there, still holding the action to see if anything needs defending and such.
I do have a question. Is the flagship on initiative count 20, or is it somewhere else in the initiative?
20.
Do the guys who apparently I convinced to shoot the living ship above them actually shoot it?
Ooh, good question. What did you roll for that deception?
I rolled a 23.
23.
I
right.
remember you saying something along the lines of "You're so lucky."
Yes, that's right. They do. Thank you for the reminder. We walked away and my brain forgot what happened. Okay, so you guys are having this really heartfelt conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And in the same moment, some shit happens because I forgot. So it seems like the call went out. It took a second to readjust the guns and the cannons, and the ballistae has some neat weaponry, if I remember correct, because it's a big ass ship. So giant cannon, that's right. Okay, so you guys feel the movement of gears as it realigns, and this big ass cannon is fired up at the enemy living ship. I want eeny, meeny, miny, Polly, can you roll me a d20?
Polly?
Just
Polly there?
lost Polly.
Oh, we lost Polly. Okay, well, in that case, Sarros, can you roll me a d20?
All right. 13.
Okay. So that gets a +6 to hit, which hits that ship's AC. Now, we can't send our kids to camp, but our dice. We can't send our dice to camp, but I want you guys to know this does 16 d10 bludgeoning damage.
That's a lot of bludgeoning damage.
I dropped slightly out of the call for a second. Can you just repeat like the last 15 seconds?
I had asked you to roll a d20. You dropped out of the call.
Couldn't.
I had Sarros roll it to roll for this cannon to hit.
Uh-huh.
Just because sometimes it's fun to have you guys roll stuff.
Yep.
It hits, and I said you guys can't send your kids, aka your dice, to camp, but I want you to know that this does 16 d10 bludgeoning damage from this big ass cannon from this ship.
Mhm.
So the enemy living ship is going to take 90 damage from this cannon fire that happens. As you guys do feel the rumble, you hear the boom, the explosion as the big cannon goes off and shoots upwards into the enemy living ship, which obviously is just like, what the fuck? Because that's rude. It cannot use the other ballistae this round, but that's still not a great hit for this enemy ship to take. It looks like that hurt. Like, it's not the worst thing that could have happened to it, but it's also not the best thing that ever happened to it either. That was a decent chunk out of its HP. So it's gonna take that. You guys can hear the comms as like a really raspy, gravelly voice is like projected down into like this interconnected system, and it's like, what the fuck? We had a deal. And that's all you guys hear.
We all hear that?
Yeah. It's like it's on the comms, like the ship to ship comms.
Yeah, so it's on the loudspeakers of the ship we're invading, I think.
Yeah, it's like these ships that are all on the same side have like their own interconnected comm system.
Okay.
So it seems like the enemy living ship to the ballast ship, the bombard ship, is going to.
Okay, so we hear this,
Yeah.
and Sarros and Rhett do not.
Correct.
Okay.
So I feel like as Alexa and Rhett were having their heart-to-heart, Sarros is just kind of standing there with like a really confused look on his face, like, what the hell is going? Who are you? Where did you come from? What is going on? It's kind of like one of those.
I'm Rhett Sheraton. I'm the janitor.
So we're just gonna take out like some pocket bacon and just hand it to you.
Pocket bacon. Sorry.
So Rhett is a particularly mangy-looking tabaxi. So that's why I was laughing a little bit when you said we got a cat, we got a chicken, we got a rabbit. We got like half a barnyard.
We do.
We've got a bird.
Yes, we have a chicken and we have a kenku. Two
Mhm.
distinctly different birds.
Yeah.
Oh, we also just have like some in the neighborhood of 100 mushrooms.
Oh, true.
Fucking mushrooms.
Wonderful.
I'm sorry, did my mic catch that?
Yeah, it did.
That was
Oh,
so
and
appropriate.
I almost forgot. And a praying mantis. We almost forgot about the praying mantis.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about the praying mantis.
And a walking tin can.
Yeah, but that's not an animal though.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't fit into the nature theme of anyway.
Anyway, small lamprey 1, which was the one that was following behind this enemy living ship, it sent people onto the living ship. Kind of just stops in the air. It like if a ship could look confused, the ship looks confused. And it feels like there's a moment, a pause in the air as it's trying to figure out what to do, because this lamprey is on the side of the bomber's ship. It's not on the side of the living ship, but also several of the crew from this ship have gone onto the living ship. So it's like, what is it supposed to do? And there's a moment, there's a decent pause as they're deciding if they're going to go and they're going to hit it, whether they're going to risk the crew that are on board that ship, whether they have the crew that are on board their ship to hit or not. And can Polly roll me a d20?
Hit it, hit it.
It'd be a 10.
A 10 on the die?
Yep.
Okay.
Can I offer Polly the help action by finding a comm console on my path and just yelling, "They're in league with the pirates. They're taking your men prisoner."
You can if you'd like to try to crit, but it doesn't need it to hit.
Okay. Okay, I thought you were just rolling. I thought that was a roll to attack. I thought that was a roll to help them decide, not a roll for an attack roll. Okay.
No, I already did that roll, and it didn't go well for them.
Okay.
So they are gonna roll. I wanted to roll to hit it. I just didn't feel like also rolling that. So that does hit. So you guys see a smaller ballista get fired on this enemy living ship.
Wow.
Yeah. Does anyone want to roll me 3d10 real quick?
Ooh, can I do this one?
Yeah.
Yep.
14 damage.
14 damage. So yeah, it's gonna take another 14 damage. It doesn't like it, but it's still looking like it's okay.
Hey, Prince, remember how you said my plan was stupid?
I still think it was.
Rather be lucky than good any day.
All right, so that happens. You still feel like the ship is confused. Again, don't know how a ship can look confused, but it is. But it's like they made their choice. They have to stick with it.
How far from the Polly and Poppy initiative are we? Still.
We are on Alexa, the enemy living ship, and then Polly Poppy.
Okay. I would like to. I'd like to talk to Alexa over the comms, and I would like to ask her if she's felt any difference in sort of the vibes that she's getting from the other living ship now that it's been hit. Now that it's been hit once, and then
Twice, actually.
Twice. Right.
Mhm.
Well, I wanted to time it so that like she gets asked and then like it gets hit again and then she responds again. Well, actually, now, that kind of sort of allowing that kind of an opportunity. Just whether or not like she's feeling more specifically. I'm wanting to know if there is now like any sense of anger or hostility towards the ship we're currently on. And or if she feels like any weakness coming from the ship, if that makes sense.
Are you doing this in private or on the main group chat?
There would be no reason to hide this.
Okay. So just to clarify, you are wanting to know from her if the enemy living ship is holding hostility towards you guys or towards anyone.
I think what I'm going to say is I'm going to say, Alexa, I know that you are kind of feeling these vibes from that other ship. Have you noticed any change in them? Specifically in terms of feelings directed at not us.
Living ships. This is too much to explain via comm. No, I don't.
Okay,
I'll explain more later.
that's fine.
They're very fucked. Just watching from this ship, that took a giant chunk out of their ship, but the general gist is no, they're still the same.
So okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Okay. It is Alexa's turn proper. Would anyone like to have her, aside from the mushroom suggestion, do anything? Specifically, she does have attack magic that she can use, but just as a warning, because of invisibility, that could cause your ship to become non-invisible.
Alexa, are you a safe distance away from the barrels that are about to explode?
I don't think it's an issue if they do.
Okay. Do maybe she should just keep repairing. I don't know if she has more HP she can repair. She can just keep repairing herself.
Yeah.
Because that will be useful for our getaway.
Yeah, she can keep doing that. Just want to make sure with you guys before she goes forward with that. So she can do that. Enemy living ship's turn. They are rightfully pissed. However, it seems like a lot of their big shit was fired on you guys due to this agreement that seems to just kind of be hanging in the air. They get hit that second time. There's another pause. The agreement will be called off due to the turn of events. Any crew that belong to you will become ours. And then you guys kind of feel like a warp happening. You feel the air within each of the ships that you guys are on kind of like tingle with that magic, like the electricity of magic. And Jake, I need you to roll me a Arcana check real quick. You specifically.
Okay. 7 plus
Wonderful.
2, 9.
Oh my god, this wasn't even a high DC. It's just fucking magic. It's just weird shit. I don't have a reason to give you advantage on this. I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing. If it's what I think it is, and it's them using their warp thing I did that one time that blew us to Waterdeep, I feel like I'd recognize it, and that would give me advantage.
Yeah, sure. You can roll with advantage. It would be kind of funny if you fail this, though.
That's a 7 again!
Yeah, so the dice agree with me that it's kind of funny for you to fail this. You're too involved in taunting this other dude. You're just like, magic, tasty.
Does anyone else think this feels oddly familiar but not know why?
Tastes like butterscotch for some reason. I don't know what that's about.
And
Poppy just give you a Werther's original and not good candy?
hey,
Yeah, those
hey,
aren't good.
hey,
There is
hard
nothing
caramel
wrong
is
with
so
those.
good. Thank you. Yeah. And then she holds up a hand for a high five.
You get Poppy and Polly just like yelling at you, scolding you,
Sarros joins in.
just yelling from the other ship.
There is nothing wrong with hard caramel.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I associate with my grandparents' linty pockets. I don't know.
It's like saying those strawberry candies are bad.
Oh, those are great.
I mean, they're great when you have them fresh, but usually when you get them, they're 10 years old already.
Polly pulls out some candy corn, starts eating it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like my
I
favorite
won't
candy
defend
is
that.
yeah, Jake's favorite candy is canonically the candy corn carrots.
So, yes, above board table, they're gonna do a warp thing. They're going to fucking leave. However, it's just spicy magic. It's just like, don't know by what magic point they did it, but they can apparently do this too. Which seems to indicate maybe this is like a living ship thing that, yeah, they're supposed to be able to, but to some extent it's like, who knows how and why, and if it's not dangerous after a certain point. But they do. They leave. They just fucking bounce, and the people on the ship that might belong to the king's crew, gone. They're gone with the ship. They're just like, yep, we're leaving. So they are out of the combat, as far as you are aware. Poppy and Polly, it's your turn.
Really hoping to wail on them, but they left. Okay.
It was fair turnabout for fair play for the time we left a combat encounter this way.
Yeah, but there was something wrong with that ship.
We'll investigate it later.
Something wrong with that cat.
There's
Can't
something
stick.
wrong with that. Anyway,
Yeah.
And everything just tastes purple for a moment.
how?
Does purple taste spicy? Because when I think purple, I think great, but it was spicy magic. I was getting like a Tabasco, like a sriracha, like that. That's what I was getting.
No. Okay, so you know how sometimes you get your sugar and like it'll get contaminated with something like cinnamon, right? So like all of a sudden you have this giant container of sugar and all of it's cinnamon, and then you go and you make Kool-Aid, and then you're like, why does this grape Kool-Aid taste kind of tangy? That's what that is. That's what that flavor is. Anyway, way more explanation about something that was totally unneeded. Jake, how far are we still from the deck of this ship?
How far are we away from the deck of the ship, Christina?
You could probably get there in one round if you needed to.
Would you say I'm less than 60 feet away?
Yeah, sure.
I will be there on my turn, and the guy in front of me will not.
Okay, if we're done, like that ship that we were gonna ram is gone.
I mean,
So, like-
I'm gonna ram the big fucking dragon to help our sea serpent live.
I mean, we could just
Like-
bounce.
No, but then they'll shoot at us with the giant cannon that does 90 damage. No, I want to crash the ship into its owner. Think about it. We're gonna torpedo a dragon with his own flagship. This is gonna be great.
How far away is the dragon?
About 150 feet at this point, probably.
150.
Far enough away that you guys aren't necessarily concerned about the whirlpool and all the fighting and breath weapons and stuff like that going on, but close enough that the ship itself could move close enough.
Okay.
That's the other thing that I don't like in this is that ships move so slow. Makes no sense.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
they move
Yeah.
as fast as regular creatures.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
wish I could run as fast as a boat moves.
Yeah, so the ship is gonna go fast. Ship's gonna move fast now, I decided.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Ships go fast. Ships go burr.
Yeah, ship's go
Um,
bear.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and.
Tell me, if you guys want to head back to the ship, I'll just jump off the bridge again and you can catch me.
I mean, I could try, I guess.
It worked last time.
How many people were left on deck when you left?
I mean, I feel like a lot of them got knocked out by the explosion of a giant sea serpent populating the space they were confining.
Valid.
Ooh, speaking of giant explosion, that's right. We do need to figure out. Sarros, roll me that roll again. D6 this time. I almost forgot about the exploding barrels.
6.
6. All 6. All 6 explode. So what is that? 6 times 8 is 54. 54 d6 go off.
I feel like we just need the digital roller for that. I feel like at this point the ship also is going to be inert.
I don't think it. Oh my god, it can. This is an insane thing to watch. 191 fire damage explodes from the corner of this ship. It is somehow still standing. The ship itself is still able to be, like, driven, but there is a missing hunk out of the bottom corner of the ship. I think that the living ship, like you guys, where you were docked, I think you just fall out from the hole that is now in the bottom of this ship. So
To be clear, this is the ship we are on that is taking this damage.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
Right.
so that's gonna happen, and then Polly is gonna say, you know what, Jake? Yeah, I will catch you. Poppy and I are getting the fuck out of here.
That explosion changed my plan. I'll be right behind you, Miss Polly. Give me a second.
Okay, so I think that it's probably dash time to try to get the hell out of here. So can we still go back the way we came, or is there a giant hole now?
Polly has successfully landed on the ship from 100 feet above deck before. I'm sure you'll be fine.
True, you have gotten flung off the ship that high before. So kind of, yes, there's now a gaping hole in the bottom of the ship, but you can kind of go back the way you came and then jump onto your ship, or at least attempt to.
Alright, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and try to go back to the ship through the giant hole and pray, I guess.
Do you actually?
Yeah, actually, you're a current prey.
Yeah.
Pray to
That's what I
Guy
do.
Fieri.
You're a cleric. You're a cleric of Guy Fairy. Of course,
I'm
you
gonna
can pray.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna in mid jump I'm just gonna say please, oh please, oh please, Guy Fieri, I will make the best meal possible. It'll be a hero's feast. I just need to get back to the ship.
I think you should be praying to Emerald Agassi as you just yell BAM as the explosion goes off.
Roll me a religion check. Poppy will grant you advantage because she's holding your hand as you guys jump, or your wing.
That is a
Do you have your...
that's a dirty
you have-
20.
Okay, you probably don't need help from the Bardic Inspiration the Spirit gave us if you haven't used it already.
Don't forget, Poppy's candy gives you that D4.
Yeah, so use that for sure.
Oh, okay. That's a 4 on the D4, so it's
24?
25.
25. Okay.
No, 24.
24. All right. Yeah. So, Polly, you feel the warm hand that Poppy has grabbed onto your wing, and the reassurance, and just like the light smell of like cotton candy, because she always just kind of smells like sugary sweetness. And then, like, as you've got your eyes closed, you made this jump to land. You're praying to the Guy Fairy. You smell. What's your favorite food?
It's like asking a bookworm what their favorite book is. They need a top 10 list.
No, okay, so
The more Pierce.
no, you know what it
That's
is.
not a book. That's an entire collection of books by one author.
You know
Fine,
what it
maybe
is?
nice.
Is it's probably it's probably rations. Because because you know how like quite often folks who like work in kitchens, they're like they're done with it. So when they're at home and they have like their meal of choice, it's always like box of Kraft mac and cheese or something like that. Polly, after all the stuff that she dealt with earlier on in her life revolving around food and food depravity, that's her go-to is just a good old classic box of rations.
You've got your eyes closed. There's a gentle smell of cotton candy. You see in your mind's eye, like the place where you concentrate hard enough when you're working on magic that has to be maintained. Just like the image of Guy Fairy holding some rations and a wink. And then it disappears, and you're safely on the ship.
Rations by Guy Fieri.
Rations like Guy Fieri.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. I mean, holy rations, but holy rations.
If the ship has been removed from the thing and we're all just GTFOing, can Jake participate in disembarking out of the turn order?
You say holy shit. Do I need to clean anything up?
No, we're good.
No.
I'm good. Poppy, are you good?
Is Poppy good?
Poppy, are you good?
Sorry, I spaced out. I thought I could feel Guy Fieri through Polly for a second, and it kind of like caught me off guard and distracted me. Because I was thinking about the implications of that. Anyway, I'm fine.
The metaphysical implications of that. All right.
Jake, you get a private ping from Alexa. As
Hi,
she can sense your intentions.
Yes, Alexa?
Are you following them, or are you doing something stupid?
I'm going to follow them. Just give me 6 seconds. I will. I can get back the entire distance I ran in 1 turn, no problem.
I was going to say, sometimes your stupid plans work very well.
I do know when a plan is too stupid at some point.
Okay. And then she kind of disconnects. You kind of get a little bit of a feeling like she would have supported you either way, but she's a little bit worried.
I got this. May I skip ahead to my turn to take an exit to reunite with the crew?
Sure.
So I would say to this guy, hey, by any chance are you on the crew of this ship when I escaped last time?
No, I've never seen you before in my life.
Okay, cool. So you didn't hear what I did to their Spelljammer when I was on here last time. And what I'd like to do is, since I used my rig of jumping, I'd like to jump into this guy's chest, launch him 60 feet towards the bridge, and launch myself 60 feet back.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Roll,
so that's an attack plus a d4 from
exactly.
Poppy. That is 13 plus 3 is 16 on my dice plus things I definitely hit.
It means
I don't think the damage is relevant, so I'm going to launch him 60 feet towards the bridge and myself back towards the hole.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like go, and as I'm doing that, I clutch his shoulders real tight and I go, tell your king he'll always remember today is the second day he almost captured Captain Jake Swallow. And bam, I'm gone.
Wonderful.
Can we say that during Polly's turn, she used her bonus action to make a spiritual weapon, but the spiritual weapon was a cast iron skillet that was full of vegetables, and she's gonna try to use it to catch Jake on his return back to the ship.
Sure. Yeah, you can. I think it's just a dex save from Jake.
A dex save, you say? Okay, let's use compass dice. 18 on the die. I do have a plus 11 to dex save. So
there you go.
For the audience, that's a 29.
Yeah.
Our paladin gets 29 on dex save. So what the hell?
Great. Yeah, you do. What does that look like?
So basically what I did was I grabbed the guy with the shoulders and I backflipped 60 feet off of his chest. And so I just like spread eagle as I'm falling backwards. And I think I'm going to land on the ship and I land on a frying pan. I'm like, close enough.
You look over, you see Rhett Sheridan has emerged from his hiding place as the janitor. You see Alexa being comforted by both Sarros and Rhett. You see the giant hole in the ship as you're looking up at it. All 3 of you do. All 5 of you. 6, however many of you there are. You all see the giant hole in the ship. You see the kaiju fight that's still happening. It's just like, man, those guys are beefy. The confusion on ships that shouldn't be able to look confused and yet they do. And what do you do?
We still believe we're invisible and under pass without trace, yes?
Yep.
Alexa, exit stage left.
Like actually go left?
No. That's a phrase from this. There's this television program on this plane called Toronto. It's about Snagglepuss. He's like a tabaxi base. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just go towards where we were going before we got ambushed.
Okay, I'm going to take the long way because otherwise it will go straight through the kaiju fight.
Just don't take us to the heavens or to Murgatroyd.
Polly's gonna start tying. Polly's gonna like tighten the tie on her apron and be like, "Okay, Poppy, let's get cooking this feast. Celebrate our non-death."
Yeah, you have 69 ghosts and somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 mushrooms to feed. So.
Oh fuck! I forgot about them. Okay, yep. I'll figure out how to cook for ghosts.
How long does that last for? True seeing.
An hour.
An hour.
Ooh,
Okay.
Okay.
Lasts
Yeah.
longer than the invisibility of the Pass Without Trace do.
Sure do.
Oh yeah,
Girl-
Alexa, on the way here, you need to tell me what the deal is with these 69 ghosts. Nice.
There's a lot for us to catch up on. The ghosts, the implications that I can broadcast to ships that aren't ours, and the conversation about what that ship could be.
Oh, shoot, that reminds me. Adela, Pack, and Percy. Oh, we're good. We got it. We're good. There's a kaiju fight. You might want to avoid that, but we got it for you without your distraction.
Oh, are you sure? We're like almost there.
So why don't you rendezvous with us here, and I give her the coordinates to the planet we're headed to.
Okay, yeah, that is a not very discreet planet. I'm actually not allowed back there, but you know what? Let me just disguise the ship. Give me a little bit longer. I'll meet up with you there later today.
All right. And I'm confident this is Percy because I dialed Percy's number.
Yeah.
Okay.
While
Yeah.
you're
Alright, I'm
listing
gonna-
off the things to do, Rhett's slowly backing back into the ship towards the hiding place.
I'm gonna
You
go
gotta stop
prep.
That's all there is to do.
I'm gonna go prep Speak with Dead so that I can talk to these ghosts and figure out how to cook for them.
Sarros is just gonna climb back up
I mean-
into the branches of the tree and just go back to his happy place.
Miss Polly, I believe the ghosts typically enjoy spicy food. I've heard legends of this pepper they enjoy called a ghost pepper.
I will ask them.
Alternatively, you could provide them soul food.
And with that, you guys are going to make your way off to the next planet, somehow unscathed from a giant ambush between many enemy ships, the kaiju fight ongoing, planning to meet up with a familiar face. You're alive, some battle wounds, but you live to tell the tale. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end this session. Thank you so much for tuning in to Space Rock Cafe. I've been Xtina, your GM for the evening. If we could go ahead and have everyone go around, tell us who you are, who you've been playing, and if you have anything fun stuff going on. We'll start with Coach.
So I'm Coach Hero, the Unsummoned Skull. I've been playing Rhett Sheridan, the backseat janitor. And I usually do Magic the Gathering related things, but it's nice to get back into D&D. I missed it.
We missed you.
We did miss you.
Did.
We are glad to have you back.
Thank you.
I don't remember who I had next, but we'll go over to Ursa.
Hi, I'm Ursa. I played Polly, the reluctant captain of the ship. I'm gonna go cook some things. That's what's happening, Polly. Yeah, I mean, I edit for the Bard Rock Main podcast, which I'm sure Paul will talk plenty about. So that's it.
Allison.
I'm Allison. I've been Sarros, and my short film did great in its first festival.
Congratulations.
Um,
Oh, nice.
Hopefully, thank you. Hopefully, I'll have news about the other ones that I'll be entering it into. So I'll hope to share about that, and lots more film stuff just on the horizon. So super excited about that.
Nice. And last of our PCs, we go to Paul.
Hello, I'm Paul. I am one of the admins of Bard Rock Network. I play Brock on Bard Rock Cafe, Wild Magic, just like this particular series all the time. It is crazy. And of course, Ursa is the editor for that. I am the game master for Blades in Paradise, of which Allison is our producer. Thank you, Allison. And occasionally, I am the backup keeper for Monster Cafe. All that is available, plus more, on Bard Rock Network. Available wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Wonderful. And as I said, I'm Xtina. I've been your GM for the evening. You can find me, aside from here, playing as a player in Campaign 2 on Agents of Damned. Catch that wherever you catch any of your other podcatchers. But more importantly, check out all the wonderful offerings the Bard Rock Network has. Again, you can use the code Bard Rock Cafe to get 10% off at many of the sponsors, including Many Worlds Tavern, Fan Roll Dice, Minva RPG. And if you enjoyed the Wild Magic, you can check out Dave Pantheo's Wild Magic table for all classes. It's awesome. We appreciate getting to use it so much. There's so much chaos that comes from it, but it's been great. Hope you guys have a good night, or whenever time you're listening to this. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Well,